we are live. Usually we have Sarah to do this for us, but we don't have her tonight, so I guess it falls on me, less talented in every way. I'll say that since she's not here. So hello, Sunday Meet, finale part 2, epilogue. What's going on, everyone?
Yo.
Hi.
Hello, Busted Boombox. That's a first time chat. That's cool. Someone new here.
Nice. Welcome to the epilogue.
Welcome to the very end of our longest campaign.
You arrived at exactly the right time. We're done. Does anyone have anything they would like to say? I have a couple things I want to talk about that happened in the RPG world this week. But if anyone has anything else they want to talk about, I'll let you go first.
Just that Rainy has started his new feed this month for Rainy Plays Games. I think we talked a little bit about it last time, but I don't know if it had launched yet. But it is up. He has played Ironsworn, and he did a little intro, his first interview with our very own Troy Bliss here. Yes. Or they talk about, I think, tropes in RPGs, right?
Right.
Yeah, tropes in RPGs and why we play them. Why are we this way? That's the question.
Oh, God knows.
So so there is a new podcast line. It is Rainy Plays Games. So check it out if you get a chance.
Yeah, it's really cool. He's got a lot of really cool stuff planned too. And then also,
cool stuff lined up,
very cool stuff lined up. Also today, podcast of me playing Chaosium's new Alone Against the Static dropped. Check it out. It's a really fun game. Goes pretty much exactly like my other solo game that I played.
I did not realize it was a Call of Cthulhu game. I was reading the description for it briefly today, and I was like, this is creepy.
Call of Cthulhu has some really good, like what they call Alone Against series. I'm going to play a couple more of them. And they're like, they're a lot like, it kind of remind me a lot of like Choose Your Own Adventure books, where it's like, it's like these little paragraphs and they're all numbered. And you're like, okay, if you do this, go to this number. But if this happens, go to the other one. And so it's a lot of fun. The thing I like the most about Alone Against the Static is it had that set up, but it also had this like sheet, just checklist. And there were certain things you could happen. So it would be like, do you decide to put on comfy clothes or you're going to keep your jeans on? And you're like, I don't know, they all seem like these innocuous little decisions, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I'll keep my jeans on. And then later on, it's like, okay, well, you decided to keep your jeans on. So you're actually like comfortable still out in the woods as you're running from the horror that's trying to kill you versus like freezing because you put your pajamas on, so it's like they did these little things like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
warm.
like,
These are warm.
Freezing because you sleep in the nude.
But the funny thing too is like what it did was like every time I had to make one of those decisions, I was like, oh God, what's the right one? Because it's like
as you get there,
why would it ask me to decide this? How is this possibly going to come back?
It's an innocuous decision, but I know what I'm playing and I know this is going to be horrible for some reason, So it was really fun. So check it out. I died gloriously. Spoiler alert, but it's Call of Cthulhu, so I mean that's to be expected.
Fair.
Yeah.
This one looked sad too. I don't know. I mean, we don't have to talk about it. But
I got all the
sad.
way to the ending, and I thought I got a nice ending, and I didn't, and so it was good. Now I did play before. I did play the one I played before was called Alone Against the Flames. And in that one, I got captured and burned by like the fire cult in the town, like 10 minutes. I was like in a cage, lit on fire, done.
End of Wicker Man roll credits.
And I was like, I didn't even get to get like, the woman naked dancing on the other side of the hotel room where I could like sweat glycerin and be like,
oh that was cute.
I love that movie.
Skip sexy naked dancing, go directly to burning. Do not pass go.
Just got to shout out Ray and stuff for 2 years, 24 months.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow, 2 years.
Thank you, man.
And Doc Void for 20 months.
I feel like that's more than you, Jess.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't even realize we were running that long.
It's more than you, Troy. I just saw you put up, you had 16
you mean
months.
for like subscriptions? I'm at like, I think 6 or 7 months.
I have to go back in and use some.
How many times have you subscribed, Amber, to our Twitch channel?
None.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
You can subscribe for free with Bezos Box.
I do.
What's wrong with you?
Amber doesn't have Prime. Yeah. Amber also doesn't have Prime, to be fair.
Yeah. Even I have 10 months.
The chaos theme things are called Alone Against. They're like Alone Against the Flames, Alone Against the Static, Alone Against the Tide, and they're solo adventures. They're designed for you to play solo. So pretty cool. Check them out. The other thing I want to talk about that happened this week is not that happy.
I got two things before we do the other thing.
Go ahead. Go for it.
One thing real quick. This is the epilogue to our RuneQuest game. So after this, I will be running 6-7 month series of Vaesen. Are you
brandishing a knife while you do that?
Yes. I instead of fidget toys, I fidget with knives, which is probably not the safest, but it's what I do.
Okay, cool. That's actually very cool. Did not know that.
Yeah, I play with this thing all the time while I roll.
As long as you're not threatening anyone.
Yeah. I'm just, absently.
It's so small. It's probably
that is coming up. Tune in to check it out. I keep wanting to say Vaesen, but I know that's not how it's pronounced. We'll get the pronunciation.
Vaesen?
Kung Fu Thunder says you got it right the first time. Vaesen.
Vaesen? See, everybody has a different. Yeah,
we're waiting to hear back.
We'll say that I actually emailed Free League. Yeah. And they are going to tell us, and that's the one we're rolling with. So,
and I'm sure, it's pronounced differently in Sweden than Germany than the UK. So, well, we're going to be playing.
Start pronouncing all those UK things and those Irish things.
Oh God. So I'm going to be running a 6-7 month campaign of Vaesen for DMs After Dark here. It should be a good time. Planning to run 3-ish mysteries with maybe a one shot between each one, sort of little chapter breaks, so I can rest and go to cons and stuff. So make sure you tune in for that. Free League puts out fantastic stuff. I'm getting into it now. I'm looking at Forbidden Lands. We're doing Vaesen. We're doing Mutant Year Zero in my home game. So the Free League things are super cool. I'm a big fan of them. Check it out. And the other thing I have is that if anybody is a New England local at all and wants to come by a local New England game con, Captain Con is happening the beginning of February. And a bunch of the DMs After Dark crew is going to be there. So if you happen to stop by, you want to do some community open gaming there. Captain Con's pretty cheap con. It's at the Crown Plaza in Warwick. We will be around. Come say hi.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, it's going to be yeah, brother.
Somewhere out there is one normie who is in a game of Chum with the rest of with just all DMs After Dark people and or their children. This poor rando
or spouse, I think.
Yeah, because it's like if you think I'm bad, you haven't role played with my son, who, quick story, killed the mayor in the first session of the library's D&D campaign for kids that he was in.
Children's D&D campaign, which is murder,
Mm-hmm.
He killed the mayor?
He's going to go
killed the mayor.
Actual mayor. No, I'm just kidding.
He killed the mayor, and then I was like, dude, why? And he's like, she didn't want to pay us. And I'm like, I mean, that's
interesting parenting skills there.
Yeah,
Christian's props.
I'll give you more stories. So he
it's
played,
fuck you, pay me distilled.
That's right. I have taught him that. So he played this Roblox cowboy game over COVID when we were all in lockdown, and he was the number one bandit in the world on the game.
Wow.
Number one. And I was like, how did you do that? And he's like, oh, I figured out how to rob the bank. And he figured out all this, shady things to do to sneak in and rob the back of the bank. He'd create a diversion, and everyone would be off chasing that person. And he'd go back and just rob the bank and leave. And it was he was the most wanted, but most successful bandit for a while on the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
just proud dad moment.
Yeah. I'm proud of you. Thank you, Sunday Mead. Take care. Sunday Mead, I can't believe you all topped the touching moments in penultimate episode. Thank you, man. Thank you. So yeah, last thing is that you good?
Yep. That's all I got.
Good announcements. Thank you, Amber. The one I want to talk about is that in case you haven't seen or you don't know who she is, Janelle Jaquay, and I hope I'm saying her name correctly, passed away this week. She passed away on the 10th. And so if you don't know who she was, Janelle was someone who was involved in RPGs right from the beginning. And she did a lot of stuff that was very groundbreaking in RPG. She was the first person to really start to design dungeons that actually kind of made sense. And like, had their like, it wasn't like there are orcs in one room and like a bunch of oozes in the next. There was actually like an internal, still gonzo weird, but an internal logic and ecology to things. And it spawned its own phrase called jaquaying the dungeon. She also wrote what is arguably the first ever sandbox campaign, Griffin Mountain, for RuneQuest. She illustrated a bunch of stuff, including the cover of the Cults of Terror for RuneQuest. The one that everybody here probably knows is the cover of the Dragon Mountain box set for it was AD&D second edition. You got to play as dragons, Dragon Mountain. It was a big red dragon like on top of a mountain. It's pretty cool. So anyway, she did a lot of stuff. She passed away, so like respect to her. And good for her. It made me think that we don't have like a 21 gun salute, or like in wrestling, when a wrestler dies, they do what's called a 10 bell salute. And like nobody's allowed to speak in the arena and everybody stands in the ring and they just ring the bell 10 times. So I propose we roll some dice. So everybody grab some dice.
Oh, man.
Yo.
I don't care what. I'm going to roll a 20 because it's the iconic die of what we do. I'm specifically Amber using John's D20 for this because it's about a year since we lost him too. And I'm just going to roll a die in honor of Janelle. So here we go. Probably be in that one.
19, baby.
Dude, no.
19.
I rolled a 20. I rolled a nat 20.
Wow.
You rolled a 20?
I got
rolled
a
a
14.
20.
Yeah.
So I should have, whatever. You'll just have to take my word for it.
Take those good rolls with you to the other side, Janelle.
Yes, that's right.
I can't believe both Blisses rolled a 19. That's savage.
Crash the gates to the afterlife.
So, respect to Janelle. Thank you for everything you've done for all of us here, because my life would have been a lot different if I never found this stuff. I would be like so boring and nerdy, like lame. So, well, I'm nerdy and lame as it is, but I'd be boring.
Yeah, fuck that, man.
Fuck that.
We'd be going to like bars or something on the weekends. Fuck that.
Hey, buddy. Can't.
Oh, we also had a download from Kenya. So, like, hello, Kenya. Thank you. Yep. We like you better than Wyoming.
Yes. Still nothing from Antarctica, though. So,
One of these days, we're going to run into someone from Wyoming at like Gen Con. Just what the fuck?
Black eye punch right in the face.
Followed swiftly by someone from Canada who is looking for Christians, specifically Christians, for
reasons. And that's also why I'm not going to Canada with y'all. You try to cross the border in the mountains, like, oh, it's this one guy. Step out of the car, buddy.
Step out of the car, buddy.
It sounds nothing like a Canadian
that
accent.
Voice still like
it's actually the South Park Canadian.
It's the South Park Canadian accent.
Oh god.
Oh jeez.
Not your guy, buddy.
Who wants to recap what happened?
I will be right back. I
was
now
a
remember
chill
to plug
session.
in my laptop. Oh yeah, very chill.
Yeah, it's very chill.
But guys, everyone died. Well, not everyone, but like important central characters died, man. So like it was basically the session was two parts. First part was Calm Before the Storm, where everybody was making their final preparations and saying their heartfelt goodbyes to the people that they love, hoping but not knowing that they would ever see them again because the Lunars were coming. And the Lunars came and they were huge dicks at the gates and threatened to like kill all of our men and turn our women into bed slaves and just absolute bullshit. So of course we have to kill them. So much shit talking was had, and then everybody camped because we fight at dawn. We clock in for 8 hours and we clock out. This is how battle is done.
They're union. It's union. It's all union.
Union armies here.
Union laws.
Well, unionized. Basically shit went down at dawn. Our group went off on our super special quest to escort the Whiter to the ash tree, where the Whiter was supposed to carry the spirit of the black stag of our clan.
On a boat.
Or the royal is supposed to carry the Whiter. I'm reversing things. The royal is supposed to carry the spirit of the Whiter of our clan with our people as we fled the Vale, because we are implementing our catastrophic salted ground tactic here of flooding the entire Vale to kill all these people. So we have fighters at the gates luring the fucking Lunar army deeper into the Vale, where they will be caught in the floodplain. We We're evacuating the Whiter via the Royal. Final refugees are crossing the bridge to get out in time. And as we reach the grove to chop down the tree and evacuate the Whiter gets all super lightning light powered and shit, but is like exhausted by the process. And just as the Whiter collapses, the Whiter Royal, he's now the Whiter Royal, collapses. This crazy Rune Lord Red Witch lady shows up with a bunch of Lunars to fuck our shit up. And then the
tiny bat. And the tiny bat.
The tiny bat that had been following us. Then the Tomori like sweep in and start kicking ass. And then we go to fight too. And we start kicking ass. And Aranina has been kicking ass the whole time, holding down the bridge while the rest of the refugees escape. And she's just like killing piles of fucking Lunars in front of the bridge.
Yes.
She's a monster. And she's huge now, thanks to rune magic. We have a battle that didn't last probably as long as the Rune Lord and Lunars were hoping. Between the Telmori and our giant beast people, we've made pretty, and YOLO Swaggins, the air elemental, we made pretty quick work of most of those Lunars. Rue chopped off the arm of the Rune Lord lady, whose name I am forgetting, but I'm sure.
Ashigara.
Chopped her arm off. She didn't like that, needed divine intervention to get away there. But we've like mopped the floor with those fuckers. And then made it to the bridge in time to see Aranina, just absolutely painted in blood that was, gained organically rather than painted on ceremonially from killing piles and piles of dead Lunars.
Organic blood.
Yes.
Free-range blood.
Organic free-range Lunar blood. We hurried with her across the bridge and fucking down below the core group of the old guard, that is Gordengar, Sabin, Jorganeth, and Teledon. Had sent all of the other fighters in the third wind away, and we're making the final stand with the Lunars at the point where they're all supposed to drown when we blow the bridge. And they just fucking cornered our guys and just pincushioned them with spears and shit, really dishonorably, because they're fucking bastards. Big dramatic speeches were had, noble sacrifices made. Morganeth evoked Marangor, the Earthshaker, to bring down the dam and release the dough run to flood the Vale. Many oh fucks were had by the Lunars as they were swept away in the crushing tide and the blood of our people, and fucking buried those bitches in filth. But we watched our home get swept away, and our leaders and some of the most influential members of our community, paid the price for it, for getting out the majority of our people. But the Vale, Blackstag Vale, may be currently out of commission, but our people are still alive, and we are heading into the mountains to the clans of our kin and whatnot to disperse and continue surviving and continue fighting for our home and country.
And Rue changed into a werewolf into a wolf for like the first time in front of everyone.
Yeah, that happened. I also remembered it, so that's a horror / embarrassment I will never be rid
of. So just a couple of minor additions and or corrections. Some people were Lunars. The bulk of the people who showed up to fight were actually Colomar Thanes.
Yeah, but they're converts, so they're Lunars now.
They were converts and or mercenaries, because Kangarl has to depend on them a little more.
Kangarl, that's the bastard that.
The people who showed up at the bridge and with the red woman were actual Lunar soldiers. So there was a mixture. Also, yes, Raz Fox, he turns into a wolf once a week.
If someone's sitting on no, I won't.
Last but not least, too, you had like a storm to protect you as you left, because Gordengar's last act as chief was to call for a divine intervention from Orlanth to protect you guys and make sure you got out okay. And that was the storm that raged across the Quiven Mountains, but you guys were like in the eye of it. You walked out, like didn't rain on you, no wind, nothing. You guys were fine. You were untouched by it. So yeah, that happened. And here's the part everyone's going to hate me right now. So we're going to start in the city of Boldholm, which is a city built in a valley with palaces overlooking it on cliffs. In fact, the royal palace of Boldholm looms above the city, and it's just as the sun is setting on a night, and the Tower of the Moon, which is the temple of the Seven Mothers, is to the front gates of the city. And right there are torches beginning to flicker in the gloaming of the early night. And within that temple is a great statue of the Red Goddess, made almost out of, looks like red marble, and she's dancing. And surrounding her are statues of the different Seven Mothers. But the silver-bound doors just burst open, and this whole group comes in. Leading the group is Ashigara with one arm. Her arm is wrapped up and bandaged, and you can see just the little nubs of like little fingers starting to grow out back out of her arm, starting to go back. She's like shirt cocking her arm a little bit, but it's starting to go back. But she's leading a procession of priests and some under priests, and they're carrying something that's wrapped up in cloth that looks like a body, and they place that body on this huge moon rune that's carved into the ground right in front of the dancing Red Goddess, and brought behind her are some dancers who are like swinging incense around, and it's just a slave who's like in chains, bound wrists. He's forced to his knees in front of the moon rune, and the priests begin to chant and the dancers begin to dance. And while they're doing that, Ashigara pulls out her sickle sword and just cuts the throat of the victim that they had, and he drops, and his blood just spills into the pools into the moon rune, and gradually like spills out and fills the whole moon rune underneath where the body is laying. And those chants and the incense goes through the air, and the flames just flicker, and it becomes darker, and then there's just like almost like an ill wind or shadows blow through this temple, and all of a sudden the body comes back to life.
Is that?
And they pull off the cart.
Suck.
Kangal.
Kangal, yeah.
Now that's the bad news. Here's the good news. I need 3 of you to roll 5d3. So
3 sets of 5d3?
3 sets of 5d3.
I'm going to roll the cat dice.
So you roll 5d6 divided by 2.
You taking it, Troy?
I can. 5d6.
5d3?
5d3. So roll 5d6 divided by 2. 2, 3, 3. So that is 5... 8. All right.
For Christian.
7 total.
Minus 7. Okay. Who's doing the last one?
I got the last one, and it's 1, 2, and then 3 3s.
Wait, 3. No, 3 dice.
3 dice, not 4.
Oh, it was. Oh, I thought it was 5d3s.
No, it's 5d3. 5d3.
Oh, I only rolled 3d3. Okay, hang on. Sorry.
Yeah, add 2 more.
So yeah, okay. So in total, 12.
12. Oh, okay.
3.
I rolled. 3 3s.
Yeah, that's really good.
11.
Okay.
And
yours are still a minus 7. Okay. So good news, bad news, Kangha's back alive. Good news is that the longer it takes to resurrect you, the more bad shit happens. So he's got minus 11 to strength, minus 7 to con, and minus 12 to his deck. So his stats just got fucked.
Good. I hope he was sitting at the bottom of that river for a while.
Yeah. So he just comes to life, and they pull the veil off of him, and he's like, and barfs up some water onto the floor. And she just takes his head to her chest. There was a tree in a crossroads and a crow. And I wandered down a path, and it was gray. There was no light, and there was no dark, and no day or night, cold or warm. She goes, shh, my love. You were traveling the courts of silence, but I found you. I brought you back. How long? 6 days. We needed to wait until Sedenia turned her face upon us again before we could cast the spells to bring you back.
So close.
And the whiter, it lives still. It cannot be allowed to live. We must obey the vision Sedenia gave me. We must destroy the spirit that guides the Hieroborn. If we do not, our deaths are foretold, as is the fall of the Emperor. Meanwhile,
Fuckers. Sucks to suck. Get fucked.
Meanwhile, some weeks have passed. You guys managed to get over the mountain passes and down into the lowlands. You were taken in by a couple people. The Antorling clan, which is mostly around Birch Cross. The chief there is a guy named Brolin, son of Bromath. Sounds like bromance. I just realized Brolin, son of Bromance.
Son of Bromath.
But I did use the name generator for that guy. It's like bro.
The Bromaster
is the chief of the Antorling around Birch Cross. He took in some, and also the Stone Leapers, which are the Anjossi clan, which is what Ezrala is part of. They took in the rest. The chief there is Tarkan, son of Tarkalor. He's real young. He's only 22. Landless, Long Jump used to be their chief, but he stepped down. Bryn, you remember him. You met him when you bought some cattle over there. He's the older guy. This is a younger guy who took over for his dad. Not technically his dad, but his dad. So you've spent some time there. And over the next couple weeks and months, some time goes by. 2 seasons, as a matter of fact. But what do you guys think you're doing during those seasons?
I think Kymrese would have taken on the role of kind of almost like a shepherd. I hate to use that analogy when it's like relating to people, but he's just kind of trying to watch over his people that are displaced. His people that are displaced. He's also I would say he also spends quite a bit of time in meditation, reflecting on his ancestors and the sacrifices that they've made. He's probably on maybe a couple of occasions used some of his magic to try to summon his ancestors or summon the spirits and talk to them and see if they're at rest or anything like that. So
I would say that have you tried to get to Saban?
Yeah, for sure. He would have been the first person I tried to get to.
Yeah. We can even roleplay that if you want, but you definitely.
I do have the rune magic spell Summon Ancestor. So, but I don't think it lets you pick your ancestor.
We'll allow it this time.
Okay.
That's
so I think he's recently
enough dead that he'd be
the unquiet spirit is still close to this world.
Correct. I think you probably very early on within that time frame probably found some space in the woods to set up this ritual and create a sacred space and call to his spirit in a fire. And just like that time you spent out in the woods with him, where if you remember you took some drugs to see the future and you saw like the line of shamans like going all the way back.
Yeah.
He appears to you and now he's one of them.
I kind of, I'm assuming I'm kind of in a sort of trance-like state. But I guess I would my spirit would project outward while my body is maybe in this kind of trance. And I would reach out and say, I think it worked, but I wish you were still here. I feel lost without your help.
He smiles at you and he says, I am not truly gone, nor are any of the ancestors ever truly gone. We walk with you always. You need but call to us.
Except as Jiva. She's
gone. I hope we did the right thing.
I will never do. One will never be sure until, the story is over. My story for now is over, and I can say that I feel I did.
Have you found peace where you are?
In the Great Hall of Orland, there is a table. And at the table, I sit with my brother. And we await the coming of our people, where we will feast again.
At that, I would say Kymrese probably just starts, openly crying.
He reaches out to like try to touch you, but he's like, he's a ghost. So you feel like a tingling.
Well, until I can join you at that table, I will do my best to look after our people.
You have many, many miles to go. Many, many things to see and do before that. But I will be here, my son.
Take care of yourself, Sabin. Thank you.
As you. And he just kind of flickers away. Orissa, I know because I talked to Sarah since she can't join us, has spent a lot of time healing of the sick and the wounded. There are a lot of wounded from the battle. She's spread her healing out as much as possible, along with her grandma Whitebark. She's also just spent a lot of time, especially once you have to start to move around, she spent a lot of time just repairing things. Clothing, all those little things that seem to break when you're constantly on the move and constantly camping out and sleeping and living rough.
Sewing in new soles over worn out shoes.
Yeah,
the crotches of everyone's
warm,
trousers.
Keeping people comfortable, because this is an uncomfortable time. But that's what she's been focused on.
Just me. When I used to work at Texas Roadhouse, we had to wear jeans. It was like our uniform. Yeah. And on a busy weekend, like if I worked a double shift, like an open to close, really? I would walk like 13 miles in a shift without sitting down or anything. Right?
Destroyed,
like they literally made sure we couldn't sit down. Like there weren't tables in the back or anything. I mean, it was.
They went out of their way to make you as uncomfortable as possible.
Correct. So 13 miles a day, two days a week on the weekends, and then probably 5 to 6 miles. I would just burn holes in the crotches of all of my jeans. Just the thighs, just the friction.
Wow.
They wouldn't last, man. They wouldn't last.
That sucks.
Damn. So I guess so with all the moving that we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry for the aside.
No, it's just a random.
This is what the people come to see, guys.
Yeah.
Crotch holes.
Bryn will probably spend some time getting her grandmother settled into like a new home.
Yeah. Grandma's going to hang around in Birch Cross.
Okay. Oh, your grandma's alive. Good.
Yes, she is. She is alive and well and feisty, and she has her cows and stuff.
She killed a bunch of lunars. She's pretty satisfied with that.
Yeah.
Does Kent have his bulls?
I don't know, actually. But I'll probably then get her settled in Birch Cross. And then after that, if we're with the third wind, then she'll probably just be traveling with her aunt a lot and trying to learn as much as possible.
Okay. No problem. As time goes on, once you guys leave the Unjossi land, so the other thing that happens is you guys are like wanted because word gets around. You freaking killed the king of the Kalamar, even though he came back. Word got around. You guys are wanted. You're a very hot commodity.
Not the Heraborn, but like us 6.
Yeah, both.
Oh, both. Okay.
Yeah, both. So
There.
You guys are wanted. People are looking for you. So you got to stay on the move a lot.
That Red Priest definitely wants.
We're all wanted, but that one particular 7 Mothers Rune Lord really has it out for us 6.
Yep. So you're moving around a lot, and one thing you're finding with Navenna is like she's got this little arm ring that has Kalir's seal on it, and that seal is almost like I think almost like a letter of mark for a privateer. Like it's this gives you guys the blessing as like an official Sartar warband rather than just
cross
bandits.
Through without being bothered by other
So if you're going
villages
through like friendly territory, most of the people in the backwoods are like, okay, because the way the Sartar is right now is that in the cities like Boldholm and Johnston and Clearwine, like the war's over, man. People are starting to accept, we're like, listen, we're a lunar province. We're converting. We've accepted it. But in the countryside, that's where you still have the people who are at least at the very least tacitly supporting the rebellion, even though they're not in open rebellion. Okay. Because in the past, like the Fireball clan of the Fireball clan, rebelled and were slaughtered and enslaved. So any sort of open rebellion, like what you guys did, is usually crushed very, very harshly to
That's
deter.
what they came with
any of us.
200
And
people
that's what
to
they
do.
tried to do. That's what they tried to do to you guys, but you like fucked them over, and now they've got major egg on their face, so they like need to find you guys.
So
you have to be very, very careful to stay out of the bigger cities. But in the backwoods, in the back places, in the smaller towns and places, there are a lot of people who are very sympathetic and they're like, fuck yeah.
You can usually find a hayloft or a barn to crash in and meal.
And you find your aid and your meals there. Just like you guys supported the Third Wind when they were just kind of wandering around, these other small clans do the exact same thing. So you're learning a lot from her with the ring, with the seal, and kind of like where the sympathetic people are and who you have to avoid.
Do we find as we're like village jumping and crossing that people recognize or who have heard of us? Has our story kind of gotten out further than us?
Over the course of a couple months, you find that it's starting to get out. Yeah, because I mean the Colomar mercenaries are like looking for you guys. It's not so much the Lunars though, because for stuff I'll get to in a little bit. There aren't as many Lunars around as there used to be for a while.
And then I don't know if Rue is with me or what Rue is doing.
Well, so also over the course of these 2 seasons, everybody who's going to settle down pretty much settles down. So for instance, like your grandma's staying, Dess's family with all the kids, they're probably going to stay, I'd imagine, in Stoneleaper territory, but we'll get to Dess in a minute. Arissa's grandma and like all her siblings are going to stay put. They're just going to like assume a different identity and be like, oh no, I was always part of this clan.
My grandmother would probably want to go where Dess's family is going.
So those places aren't too far apart, but they can be at Birchcross. Yeah, they're not far at all. I mean, we're talking like 10 kilometers.
Gotcha.
So it's not far away.
Less than a shift at Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah. Yes.
One shift, they're half a shift of Texas Roadhouse away from each other. We should just, you know, the meme
All
how
the
like
metrics.
Americans will use anything but the metric system. A meteor the size of 15 giraffes. We're like, distance is now measured in shifts at Texas Roadhouse.
Shifts at Texas Roadhouse.
I love it.
Oh, God.
Measured in worn out crotches.
So gradually over time, you whittle down to a group of about 120 people from a group of
like
about
moving?
400. Yeah.
Holy crap, that's a lot. So
there's about 100 soldiers and 100
Is
fighters.
that like in a single camp or like split up in like 3 or 4?
I mean, that's your full group. Typically, you stay close to each other because there's strength in numbers. A group of 100 is still big enough to fight off. Like if one of the small villages decided to like come after you, you would probably still outnumber them. Right. So it protects you in a degree against like, you know, traitors, right? Betrayal. Like, you know, like the 30 guys at some little like, you know, podunk town can't like capture you.
I think they're going to be fucking heroes getting
exactly. Yeah.
Who are going to be major lunar simps thinking they're going to bag some criminals and get some major street cred with the lunars. Oh no, they're fucking not.
They're going to get a fistful of YOLO.
It whittles down to about 120 people. The people who are staying on are like Havar and Afar, Liv, Morganeth. Yeah.
Oh,
Harvar lived?
Oh, yeah. Harvar's at Lonson.
Aranina?
Yep.
Yeah.
So over time, I'll cover some of the NPCs. So Aranina was like, her armor and her body was pretty beaten to hell, and she was sore for like weeks afterwards because she took a beating, even though she wasn't really injured. But
I beat her in an arm wrestle even one time while she's like,
you tried? She's just kind of like, you know how like you're really sore and you're just kind of like limping around, and she won't admit it.
It's like I win, then she just fucking sucker punches me, and I'm like, oh, it wasn't worth it.
You were about to win, and she sucker punches
killing
you.
people.
But Havar puts her stuff, like repairs her stuff for her within the first weeks of your exile. Fedor has a big scar now, and his pretty face is ruined. He's starting to grow a beard.
Come on, the big scar looks better than the fucking.
He looks really cool now. Actually,
permed hair ever did.
Yeah. The spaghetti hair.
Yeah,
millennial.
Spaghetti hair.
Millennial. No, it was like millennial, like the millennial.
Yeah, I remember.
Like No, he didn't have that though. He just had really awesome hair.
Like Fabio hair. Like
he had like flowing in the wind hair. That still looks good, but now he's got a scar. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you're hanging out with Lonson a lot, right, Bryn?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course, if she stays with us.
One night, you're sitting by the fire, and Jorna just walks up.
Jorna?
Mm-hmm. And she acknowledges you, but she looks at Lonson, and she's like, I need you to teach me how to fight.
Love triangle is starting.
And Lonson kind of just looks at you and looks at her. And, okay. And over the next weeks, Jorna actually dyes her hair red and takes Vinga's vow of vengeance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I hunger for blood.
Yeah. What else? Bryn, we did. Des, you want to go?
Yeah. So with Des, after leaving the Vale, after dropping families off, making sure everyone's set, I think Des.
Troy, your comment. I'm sorry. Not chopping the right leg off.
Fucker, why can't I see it?
Because it's a private one.
No, it's on Twitch.
Fucking Twitch account, Amber. Savage.
Bryn just points at the right leg and is like, just chop that sumbitch off. That's all you need to know about fighting.
Teach me how to fight, Bryn. See that right there? Chop off that sumbitch.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Every time.
After everyone's settled and whatnot, Des either wants to head to Whitewall or head to or like at least get word to his mother.
I was with you, Kent. That was the first place I wanted to go to too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Whitewall is very accessible right now.
So here's some of what happens over the 2 months then. Most of the troops, Lunars, aren't so much in Sartar anymore because they're at Whitewall. So for most of sea season, which was the original season that you guys had the battle, the Crimson Bat stayed at the Lunar Temple and got fed captive after captive after captive. They fed him 500 captives, and the bat just like fucking grew huge.
Was that before our battle, or that was
this was
another?
About the same time.
Okay.
Your battle was in sea season, so it was within the same season. So as you were retreating in your first weeks of like being on exile, they were just pumping the bat full of people, and it became huge. And then Harmony Week of fire season, it sets off for Whitewall. And it links up with a bunch of lunar soldiers that encamped outside of Wilmskirk, and they just reinforced that siege of Whitewall. And the only lunars that are really left are like minor garrisons in the cities and stuff like that. Banditry really goes through the roof.
Whitewall.
They're all at fucking Whitewall. So that's the bad news. The good news is that during fire season, actually retreat part more of that. Fazir Widered leaves a guy by the name of Jorkandos the Blinder in charge of the siege of Whitewall. He continues on south and invades the rest of what's called Hjortland, which was Broyan's other lands. Those lands fall right away. Fazir just wipes them out. There's no resistance. The Lunars take over. Jorkandros and the Bat in fire season attack Whitewall. And Broyan and Kalir and Lika fuck the Bat up and drive it off.
Fuck. He fucked the huge bat.
They fight off the huge bat. Broyan's got some tremendous magic. He's Vingot. He's the reincarnation of Vingot. They drive the bat off. The bat flies south out over the ocean and goes back to hell where it belongs. And Jorkandos gets yeeted out of his position. The Moon Sun, the Emperor of the Lunars himself, is like, fuck you, you're fired. And he puts his cousin, Tatius the Bright, in charge of the siege. Tatius the Bright's also the guy who's building the temple. So he's Dean of the Lunar War College of Magic. He's a big deal. He's in charge of the siege. But that play area is super active. Wow. So it wouldn't be easy for you guys to get word there or get in there. Yeah.
That's a really big win, though. Ooh.
Yeah. Yes.
Would we be able to either make a pit stop at or determine how the Kolat shamans are doing? The folks that led me through my initiation during my shamanistic travel, because they were fairly close by. Days travel. So I don't know how many days.
I'm trying to think back to who. It was really just Saban, though, wasn't it? I'm sorry, I can't remember my own bullshit.
Brother, Hulk Hogan.
Oh, the Hulk Hogan eagle riding motherfucker.
Oh, dude, he's riding in the wind, brother. You can't find him.
Okay, all right.
He's not a Kolat shaman, actually, either.
Oh, I thought you said he was.
Nope. He's a shaman, but he's not in your tradition.
Oh, he's a Yelm shaman or something, right?
He is. He's a Yelm shaman, yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. I remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
He's a solar shaman. He's a Yelm shaman. It's called his cult is called the Golden Bow, but he's not part of your thing. But I mean, listen, brother, I ain't saying you're never gonna see him again, but I'm just saying you can't find him right now, brother.
That's okay.
He's somewhere out there in the spirit world in the sky.
Brother.
Gonna live it up to the spirit in the sky. Spirit in the sky. Sorry. All right, that was my question. That was another group of people I wanted to touch base with, but
you will be able to at some point. But
okay,
I would say he's a hard guy to find.
Yeah. Fair enough.
All right, guys. So that's the answer to your question.
Yep.
So discard white wall. Good news. Your mom's probably still alive because they've fucking yeeted the bat.
Yep.
Bad news. You can't necessarily get news to her.
Yep. Okay. So besides that, that was Des's big. That was his big goal. Just I think he would want to anyone who was gone from the. Granted, word will probably spread that the Vale has been flooded out.
Yep.
But
yeah, you find in your travels that word starts to spread.
I think
not by lunar messenger or through official propaganda though, because they don't necessarily want everyone to know that.
Yeah, they don't want that
they lost,
that they got stomped by.
Word is spreading through a grassroots sort of thing. Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, Des is just kind of going along with the main group. I think he's still doing his thing while we're out hunting, helping provide food for people with out hunting and whatnot. Maybe helping the villages that we stop at. If they need anything.
There is one thing that I'm going to enforce upon you. While you're in Stoneleaper town, as someone that needs to meet you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're going to meet the parents. Oh, God.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Tyrese is going to be not there.
Tyrese gets up out of the bush in front of Israela's parents' house, goes to a different bush.
The bush
just walks away.
Butch just grows legs and just...
Doop, 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 doop.
Well,
shit.
I mean, you kind of have to meet him.
Yeah. It'd be fucking hate you too. Fucking bliss bot.
I love you, Ken.
You're doing great.
It'd be rude to not, being that we're already here and my family's staying there anyway.
Seeing as how my entire family is sleeping in his barn.
Points over at what they thought was the other army. It's just all of his immediate relatives.
So he's got a pretty big house in their villages. They weren't much bigger of a clan than you. So it's roughly their area. It's called Spawn. It's right on the shore of a lake. They're called the Stone Leapers, and it's called Spawn because salmon come up here and they catch the salmon.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of their clan thing. But he's an Isari's merchant.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was a merchant, right?
So he's got a pretty nice house. And so you meet him, and he's He's got her, like, she gets her features from him, her facial features. He's dark, and he's got like a very long, kind of straight, very well groomed dark beard and like a ring on every hand. And
typical merchant stuff.
And he's just kind of sitting there at a table, a couple of bowls of wine, waiting for. Well, have a seat.
I will graciously, as gracious as death can be, take a seat.
Chair breaks.
Although,
oh fuck!
Oh no!
It's the Robin Hood. It's the oh god, Peter Pan goes wrong, but like version of a meeting the dad. Right? Everything is just falling apart. The set's on fire.
He just slides some of the wine across. You do see it's clear wine. He goes, it might not be your favorite wine right now, but it is good.
It is, but I understand why, but would have been nice if they stood with us.
Yeah. Well, look who we've got as a king.
Talk politics with dad. You're like, I really shouldn't.
Yeah.
Never talk politics.
What?
So Azrala tells me she's leaving with you.
Yeah. I don't. It is just how I talk. It is very unfortunate.
I'm sorry.
I know. Like, I hate myself too, because like,
Oh, no.
legit, when I text, the first word I usually text is yeah. And I'm just like, stop it. I have to stop it.
Just a tick. Yeah.
Kent, you're doing great.
I actually think that this is incredibly appropriate for this meeting.
No, I think
Yeah.
it's awkward as fuck, and it's awesome.
It's perfect. You're actually doing a phenomenal job role playing this.
You are. This is great.
But I was trying to talk her out of it, but as I was rambling,
kind of laughs.
as I was rambling on, the look I received was, well, I recognized it as something. I had a friend that tried going off on his own, and I just wouldn't have it. And I knew I was never going to be able to talk her out of it.
No, I can't talk S out of anything she decides to do. Her mother was like that, Rester. It's what I loved about her. It's what I love about S. So she sees a lot in you. Now you're in front of me. I see you're a big fella. I guess I can see some of what she sees.
Oh God.
Tells me you got some bulls.
Yeah, I
14.
13 and a cow.
It's an interesting herd.
Yeah, I don't know how I got that much. Everyone else got cows.
You're like, they make it work.
Listen. She's going to do what she wants to do. She's a grown woman. And we all know you can't tell no woman from Sartar what to do anyway, so it doesn't even matter to try.
Yep.
So I'm just asking you to take care of her, all right?
Now I'm trying to think of a thing. Like, Des is going to say that there isn't anything that would stop him from trying to protect her or take care of her.
That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear. She's my only daughter. And I want her to be happy. And I want her to have a good life. I understand now times make that hard. But she's fighting for what she believes in, and I respect that. So be safe. Keep her safe. I'll help you when I can. And if you hurt her, so swear to God, I swear to Asaris, I've traded for some spells you wish I never learned.
Fuck.
Man.
We're just all outside at the window, like listening.
I am trying to think of like RuneScape specific things to say in this situation, and I am failing. But basically, Des is saying it's like if there was ever a time that he would hurt her, even by accident, he would bring the chopping block to you.
Yeah.
That's that. Actually, here's a good one. If you swear by the Dark Daughter, he'll like be
if
like,
ever I shall
like,
raise hand or word against her, Babster Gore strike me dead.
Yep. Perfect. If you say that, he's like,
yes.
Fine.
Oh yeah,
like
100%.
She's the god of like fucking up people who break their oaths. So in addition to other things, so like you literally just put your dick on the line. As
to like double down.
Can we just chop my dick off?
Can we just like? Fuck! All the E's are getting me fucked up. Can we just bring Aranina in here and be like, double down?
Aranina.
Yeah, have her witness it.
Yep.
If you really want to, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. You said even accidentally. Like that's a big
no, like
oath.
She kind of limps in, and you can tell she's like, when someone's hurt, but they won't admit it. She's just like kind of walks in.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what's going on?
The
making a sacred vow.
Okay.
Yep. Like that. Like Des will explain. It's just like he wants to make sure, like he is 100%, like 400% committed to this.
There, right? I mean, don't you think? Well, I'm just going to say this is wonderful, but don't you think Ezrala has a say in this too?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we can't just be like swearing oaths about her, and she's not here. So, why doesn't someone else get her? I'm just going to sit here, and she sits down.
One of the bushes just gets up and starts walking away.
Just a bush raises to the window.
Got it.
And it's like, Chimeris's face just pops in. He's like, "I'll go get her."
Yeah.
And she's found, and yeah.
Oh, very romantic. Let's get lucky tonight.
She's like, she was off doing something with children, and she's just like, oh, what's going on? Well, why is everyone looking at me like this? What are you doing here?
Those bushes.
And Nina's like, oh, we'll find out in a minute. Okay. What's
This guy has something to say to you.
Yeah.
Again, trying to think of specific.
So if you just,
I want to. I am better at.
I swear by the Dark Order's axe.
Yes,
that's golden. That's like you basically like said like if I don't do this, horrible, vengeful people are going to come and do awful things to me.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he would.
So we would like respect her, hold her as an equal in all things. You know.
Yeah.
I think we're you're an asshole, but you're a big idiot. Get over here. He just like hugs you. Aw, Sartar and Nina. All right.
Sharpens axe.
You gotta go.
Just kind of like picks her up.
Like, just give me a holler if you ever need me to chop a dick off. Hobbles away.
It's about a right leg. She's gonna chop through there, Des.
Yeah, you have a really good night after that.
Aww.
Aww.
Lover bear.
How good is it? No.
My boyfriend is a bear. Nightfall, by the way, meanwhile, sat to this whole thing like with his ears just be like kind of like
that being completely unimpressed with everything he's just witnessed, as is all cats.
I would like, but he might have like met some other cat and like that meme format of the two cats talking where the one's like, and the other one's like super sad. Like, my owner just swore fealty and he's going to get his dick cut off. Wow.
No, the human that I own. Just one.
Yep.
The human that I own. That's right. All right, Des. Good job.
Yeah.
Having sworn your now dying loyalty, because you'll die if you're not loyal.
Yeah.
I will say, you know what? You should take love as Rala, as a passion for that 60%.
Aw, everybody. Aw.
Can it be 69%?
Oh.
It could be if that first night was good enough. Yeah.
Roll the increase. 29.
That's awesome. Oh, whoa, wait a second here. Hold the phone a hot diggy dog second. If we're just handing out loyalties and loves here,
Oh, I think
pretty sure I made a pretty important.
Yeah,
I told you to
Christian
already said
Christian told you to
I
take
already said
love
you
for your
should,
boo.
dude.
Oh, fuck.
you and
You and Arissa.
yeah, Arissa.
Shit, son.
Rue, what have you been up to? I think you're the last one.
Rue's been super fucking busy. He's got
Mhm.
a lot of grief and it makes him very active. So Rue has got a new tattoo. We'll kick it off there. He has the stag in portrait from his initiation on the one shoulder, and now on the other he has a wolf in profile with its jaws open to swallow a moon. And we're
Hell
committing entirely to that sentiment now. So he is going around traveling with the war crew, learning alongside Bryn and whatnot, trying to help ambush Lunars. He is also he is trying to keep an eye on like the secession of leadership of the Hairborn, if you know what I mean. He does not want to be the new leader, but like I'm sure he finds out like Gordon Gar gave Lonson the torque, so he wants to talk to Lonson about that, see what she's thinking. He also doesn't want to force the issue of leadership of the Hairborn right now. If people are fine being settled in different tribes, like following that leadership for now, like that's okay to let it there. But
So
he's
we
like,
can role play the conversation with Lonson if you'd like, or I can tell you that nothing in particular has been done as far as that.
that's totally fine. He's just keeping an eye on it.
Just kind of like holding on to the torque, because technically he didn't say who to give it to. He just told her to hold it, because at some point there will be a Hairborn again and they'll wear the torque. As of right now, like people are getting kind of settled into other tribes. And once they are, I mean, for functionally, they're going to be part of those other tribes for the time being.
And not all of them will return to the Hairborn by the time that comes around either.
There is a Hairborn again, then they'll have the option of rejoining. And this is actually something that happens quite often in Sartarite history, that clans get absorbed into other clans, or clans go from one tribe to another as a result of like treaties and warfare and stuff like that. So that's not entirely unknown. It's the first time it's ever happened within your lifetime to your clan, but it's not entirely unknown for these things to happen. As far as like decision making, what's happened is basically, I mean, the ring is what used to make the decisions. Most of the ring got wiped out, but you have Morganeth basically still. Aranina was on the ring. Harvar was on the ring. So they're still kind of like decision
Was
makers.
Kerenstar on the ring? Is he still around?
He was a weapon thane. He wasn't on the ring, but he's still around. He survived, but he's like just a good fighter. So by default, people kind of just listen to Morganeth. People do defer to you guys. So if you're fine, like if you're telling people to do stuff, they'll do it because of what you did. And the Royal is with you, and people listen to the Royal.
Oh, the Royal is technically part of the ring too. Yeah, the Royal is part of the ring too.
The Royal is part of the ring.
He's usually the absent member, but is he a present member now, sort of? Okay, cool.
Wait,
holy shit, that's so cool.
The Royal is traveling with our 120.
That character sheet. I can
you have that character sheet? Okay, cool.
Yeah, the Royal is traveling with you. Yep. He's the whiter. Your whiter goes with you.
Shit.
People.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. That's all good. Rue's just keeping an eye on it. He's a little bit haunted by the last conversation he had with Gordon Gar about leadership and the tribe, and then Gordon Gar went and made this sacrifice like he fucking knew it was going to happen, and like he's just that's very present on him all the time, and he's just trying to make sure that he doesn't like let Gordengar's sacrifice and love for these people go to waste. He's got to protect what Gordengar died to keep alive.
Gordengar also was your cousin. Distantly. Yeah. So yeah, I think you and Liv probably have some time to mourn individually in addition to just the loss of a leader, a loss of a family member too.
Rue didn't really have a male role model figure growing up, really. He was raised by a single mother. Gordengar honestly probably was one of the closest things he had to a father figure, which was a sort of distant father figure, but still one of the closest that he had. So yeah, he's dealing with that. He's also kind of recommitted his efforts to training, weapons training and battle training. Rue trained, throughout his life with Lonson and his peers and stuff because he's a Hairborn and all the Hairborn are expected to be able to fight and he wanted to be able to fight, but he never expected himself to be a warrior. He was a hunter. He's going to go in the woods, find food, provide. And now it seems like there is a different path. So he's a lot more serious about his weapons training and combat training now.
Shit.
Yeah, he never expected to actually be a warrior, but now here he is and he has to be. So he is being more serious. He's not joking around anymore when he's sparring.
We'll say that you've learned, so you don't necessarily, within those months, a lot of time for you is spent avoiding people looking for you. You don't have a lot of opportunity to ambush Lunars just yet. And it's also
he's prepared.
Yeah. But what you do learn from watching Lonson and Aranina when she's feeling better and Navenna is a lot about a lot of tactics and troop movements and stuff that kind of the little intangible stuff of warfare, right? Not necessarily the attacking and the battle stuff yet, but moving troops, hiding them, covering your path and your tracks, where it's safe to hide, how to keep out of, where people would set up scouts to look for you if they were looking for you, those sorts of things.
Yep, he's very committed to learning that.
You begin to learn a lot of that stuff. Also, how to keep from being tracked, and also how, if you are going to set up an ambush, how to set some sorts of ambushes up.
So, yeah. All good stuff. The other sort of thing that he is working on is on wild days, now that he is away from the Telmori of the Vale. He and Quicksilver have been going out and trying to find other Telmori or wolves or creatures of the wood, specifically looking for them because they want to ask about the sharpest teeth and what they know about them or what they have heard about them or stories that have been passed down to them, and just trying to gather all information about that. And he will actually sort of recruit Descara to that purpose too as well. He will pull Descara aside and be like, I want to tell you a story about my people. And then recount the story of the sharpest teeth to him and say that during his initiation, he had a vision about them, and Telmor told him that if a wolf had hunted the sun, couldn't a wolf hunt the moon as well? And he doesn't know that anything's going to come of it, but Descara is also, an initiate of one of the great hunter cults of the woods that Telmor shares his realm with. So asking him to keep an ear to the ground, basically.
Most of the Telmori in Sartar, there are a few wandering packs here and there.
Yeah, that's what he's looking for. The stray Telmor here, there, or even wolves, local wolves who have tails.
The vast majority of the Telmori live in their own, section where they were defeated and kind of pushed back by Jomas Wolf, but they live mostly up there or in the mountains. You guys are kind of in the lowlands right now, so you don't really find any Telmori, I would say, within the first times that you're looking. Give me a survival check. Let's see if you find any wolves.
Can I aid?
Yeah, I would say give yourself plus 15 because Descara helps you.
It's so hard for me to find this skill every time I look for it.
It's bottom, survival?
Yeah, bottom left.
There it is. I see it. Okay, why am I rolling 66? I'm rolling 66 because of the year zero engine. Oh, I got an 8.
Ooh,
okay.
I got it.
That's really good.
That's not a special or anything, but it is a regular success.
Sure. You find some wolves. The woods between the holds of the Antorling and the Anjasi, very, very thick woods. They've been here for a very, very long time. A lot of mythic stuff happened in these woods. And then they're very very heavily populated. So you're not able to find any Telmori, unfortunately, but you are able to find some wolves that you run with occasionally during the time that you spend there. You don't spend all 2 seasons here.
Yeah,
but
no, we're moving around.
You do find a pack of wolves, and in particular, you find an old wolf, a very old den mother wolf, who talks to you. And it's weird because you remember these things as if they were a dream. Like you wake up when you come back out of wild, and you're finding that your wild days now, sometimes you can remember all of them. Sometimes you even retain consciousness while you're having your wild day. And sometimes you just slip and it's like that dream state and there's no rhyme or reason why. But this particular time, you remember it as if a dream that you ran with this wolf and you met this den mother and you talked to her, you and Syl. And Descara helped you find the area where the wolves kind of are. Also, check off your survival skill. And the old mama wolf, whose name is Two Socks, says that there was a Telmori shaman named Black Eye that she knew because one of her den pups was his wolf sister.
Telmori shaman. I'm interested.
And Black Eye lived alone and pretty much avoided the rest of his clan. But he had a reputation for being a very, very fierce warrior. And there were those who whispered that he knew the secret of the sharpest teeth.
Hell yeah.
And I just made that on the spot, so I need to write that down.
How does he feel about various assortments of rocks? I come bearing gifts from faraway places.
All right. I have written down my lead. My lead to date. Right, cool. Yeah, but that's what Rue's been up to, living his two half lives, the one as the wolf searching for this legend, and the other as the young man who is trying to grow into what his people need him to be.
Okay. And so time passes. You travel between places. You hide out a lot. You spend a lot of time in the woods. Fortunately, it's spring and summer, so it hasn't been entirely bad. And you find in your wanderings that there are even some nice moments, especially in fire season when it's, the weather's pleasant, it's warm. And there are times when you find like a nice stream, a very nice campsite where it's almost nice. The clan is still together and you almost feel like you used to feel in the Vale, where you have that feeling of togetherness, or at the very least, I would say that feeling of togetherness hasn't been defeated by the hardships.
Someone's telling a story again that we've heard before 100 times in the Vale.
There are some jokes, and there are moments when you get together with old friends and you laugh. Remember that time so and so did this and that, and a lot of those stories get told about Gordangar and Celadon and like stuff that Celadon did that at the time everyone's like, that son of a bitch, but it's like remember
now it's hilarious.
Remember when he let all the chickens loose in the middle of the feast and all things like that, and people
remember when he made the turtle what the fuck in for the feast.
I feel like Tymrese would pipe in and be like, hey Des, remember that time when you buried me in that really shallow grave? And Des would just go,
not the time.
Tymrese would be like, oh, okay.
Never mind. Maybe that was a dream.
But time passes. The word reaches you guys about the bat and the siege of Whitewall and the victory against the Crimson Bat. And that, although you guys are in somewhat low spirits, that lifts your spirits. But as some time goes on, you find yourself gradually you manage to get out of the Kolimar lands, which is safer. So you travel south into the Balamar tribe lands. Hope I'm saying that correctly. You still have to avoid places. They're not necessarily friendly with the Kolimar, but they're not unfriendly. And it wouldn't be, past them to just turn you guys in just
for cows. Yeah.
Just for cows or good relations, right? But you eventually settle into in the hills southeast of Wilmskirk. There are some deep, deep woods with some bad reputation for all sorts of reasons. But you guys settle there It's up above the Chormsland Valley, and you're settled at the mouth of a narrow valley, and it's between two mountains, the Ezjaz and Zomi peaks, and it's called Harvast's Vale. And locals avoid it because they say it's haunted, and that suits you really well because people aren't looking for you. People aren't looking for you. But it's just like first couple of weeks of Earth season. Nights are starting to get cool. Deep in these woods, you're safe enough to not hide your camps. You don't have to have cold camps. So you have fires going. What is everybody doing? Yes.
I actually, well, maybe this will answer your question, but one of the taboos that I took on was I have to go on a spiritual pilgrimage once per season.
Okay.
And I know that we fast forwarded 2 seasons now since the last session. Yep. So what could those have possibly looked like while I was also trying to stay with the clan?
So with them, I would say you probably have to go alone somewhere for a couple of days, or your friends can go with you because you do discorporate and you go into the spirit plane. So you literally, a Chimeris literally like sets up a fire, sits cross-legged at a lotus position and is gone. And you try to like poke him and he's gone. You actually see
so he doesn't discorporate. Okay.
A ghostly, skinnier version of Chimeris kind of standing guard over him, which is your fetch guards your body while you're gone.
Yeah.
But you go into the spirit world. So did we?
Maybe I can do that in this haunted valley. I think I would like to go on a spiritual pilgrimage during our trip to the haunted valley.
We'll say that you have done that.
Okay.
So it's just a pilgrimage to pay homage to the spirits. We'll say it's Earth season. You paid homage already to the Earth spirits this season that aided you in your fight. So let's say that each season that you do, it's to an elemental spirit.
I like that. That makes sense.
Yeah. So you did water spirits, you did fire spirits. Now you did Earths. You just did that. We'll say.
Maybe he sees the same spirit from his initiation again, the one he had so much trouble with.
Fair. That's fair.
Still trying to grasp the lessons.
Got my rock and my 0 Earth rune.
Yeah, but that's what you discorporate. Eventually, we will play a whole one for tonight. I don't think we should.
Yeah,
but
for sure. There's no rush.
You discorporate. You go into the spirit world. You go to a place that has power for that element or elemental rune that you want to, pay homage to. You meet typically spirits, and you have dealings with them. Typically, you have to give them magic points is what you do. That's like the mechanical version of worship. And you come back really, really tired. But that's how it goes.
Very good. All right.
And
Thanks for clarifying.
Your fetch guards your body while you're gone.
Right. Hell yeah, brother. Literally. Yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother. So it's a fall evening. Campfires have been made. People are starting to cook dinner and people have been out foraging for mushrooms and food and some small game, maybe Rue and Des, you might have caught some game. But what are you guys up to? And where are you in the camp?
I'm cooking some of the stuff that I caught to feed Bryn.
I was going to say, I'm probably sitting with Rue by the fire, waiting for food, apparently.
I would say Orissa's probably, she's knitting together some blankets that got ripped. So she's doing some sewing.
I am learning how to knit blankets from Marissa.
Nice. Des, what are you doing?
Des is probably
ripping up blankets.
I gotta help out with the work.
This is second base with this Rala behind a bush somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
A bush with legs. Checks for legs.
Oh my gosh.
No, Des is probably doing the thing that he does. He's helping out with anyone who needs help. He's probably in the
somebody's horse is throwing a shoe or something. You're holding the fucking leg.
Yeah.
You guys don't have. I mean, you have some mounts like Rue. You still have your horse.
My fucking horse. I don't ride my horse.
Obviously, you have Ort. There are a few horses. Morganeth is. I probably rides a horse that's guided by Liv. But you guys don't have like a tremendous. For the most part, if you fight, you're going to fight as cavalry, as infantry. You don't have like horses. For the
horses we do have are probably lugging gear mostly.
Yeah, exactly. They're carrying stuff, right?
Yeah, if there's like a main fire with everyone, Jess is probably at the main fire.
Okay. Do you want to say you guys are all at the main fire then?
Yeah. Why not?
So you're at the main fire. There are a few like smaller campfires kind of spread out. The royal is still an animal.
He doesn't like fire.
Doesn't like fire. He's hanging out kind of at the edges of the camp.
With Syl and Nightclaw. They're like,
you want them to be there? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
They're having their little animal party.
The animal bros.
Syl will come closer to the fire because she really likes food.
Yeah.
Nightclaw does whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
Nightclaw knocks the fire off of the counter.
Jeez.
As you're sitting there, you hear the whistle of arrows. You guys ruined Deskar. You recognize it instantly. The whistle of arrows through the woods and the bellowing scream of a deer getting hit by them at the edge of the camp.
Fuck
no. What the fuck?
What do you do?
No.
Fucking grab my
Is it towards where the
start running?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just start running toward the fucking sound as fast as I can. I yell for Orisa.
Okay. Orisa drops her stuff and she starts running over. Liv and people are running towards what they hear. You hear the howl, which is Syl calling you. Like, brother, get over here. And you arrive just in time to see the stag with an arrow like in its flank and an arrow in its neck. The arrow in its neck disappears. You recognize it as having been a multi-missile spell. But it's wounded in 2 locations and it's kind of dropped down on a knee and it's bleeding bad.
I'm going to rush right in front of it in the direction of the arrows, so just giving it cover with myself.
You can kind of see, there's woods beyond you. You can tell, the arrow came from somewhere in those woods. As a matter of fact, Dareston is right over there. He's like, I saw the arrow. It came out of there.
I would like to, if possible. So I would imagine Arista probably has heal as well. So maybe I can direct her to try to heal the royal.
I'm sure that's the first thing. That's the first thing Arista would do. She'd run over and lay hands on.
For sure.
She runs right over and she heals one of the wounds. Actually, Liv heals the other one.
So I've got a rune magic spell, increase decrease wind. Could I kind of create a wall of wind in front of us to prevent further projectiles? Or I don't know how the
rune magic spell or a spirit magic spell.
It's a rune magic spell, so it's like a powerful fucking.
It's his. Hold on a minute. Let me look it up.
Just send all them arrows.
We'll shout for shields. Everybody get up here, get.
Shield
cover
wall!
For shield wall, cover the fucking royal.
Which people do. They get a shield wall. They curse. They surround the royal with a shield wall of their shields. The spell increases Odysseus' average wound by 1d6 for the duration of the spell. Each additional point used either adds or reduces the wind strength by another 1d6. 100 meter radius around the caster. You know what? I will allow you to do that, Troy. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And I can use up to 3 points because that's the one that I got. You
can. I'm going to say that rune magic is powerful. It does not come back to you the way spirit magic spells do. The next day you get your magic points back to cast your spells again. Rune magic, you have to wait until you have time to worship and stuff again. You probably won't get them back till next season. Now, that's not, we're playing we're going to move on to the seasonal kind of campaign mode as we play now, but still popping off rune magic, you're going to give up all of your powerful magic if you do that. I will say that the wind has been blowing lightly. If you roll 1d6, let's see how much you increase it with 1 point. I'll let you do that. And then you can,
6.
Okay. So we'll say that the wind has been
Is that enough to deter arrows though? I mean,
it's been a slightly breezy day, but it becomes a very breezy day.
I'm going to I'll throw one more at it. Fuck it. I'll throw one more d6.
Pop another one in it.
2. So 8.
8. All right. The wind around you, it doesn't control direction or anything like that. You just increase the wind. So it picks up and it's kind of blowing through the camp now, and blowing in such a way that there would, you guys know, you don't know Kymries because you're not really a bow person, but bow people know this would impose a significant penalty on shots.
And I've just got it centered right around me, and I'm right near the stag.
You can't. Yeah. So it's a radius around you. That's fine. Yep. Okay.
I've actually got it centered on the stag in case the stag runs.
Sure.
Oh,
sure.
Okay.
He's got the shield wall around him. So that's mostly like, I would say like Garston, Fedor was there. Often.
I'm sorry.
His shield. What?
I have wind warp as well. I don't know if that might have been a better. That might have been what I was looking for. Actually, one sec. Fuck.
Whatever. We can retcon it, man. Don't worry.
It's fine. We'll just stick with what we got. It's cool.
Well, if wind warp, hold on. Let's just take a look quick. I don't mind changing it. It's wind warp is 1/2, right? Is a rune spell too, right?
Yeah, it's a rune spell as well. Yep.
Yeah. Wind warp.
Could just drop YOLO on these fuckers.
Changes the wind direction by 30 degrees in a direction. Each additional point changes it plus 30 degrees. The spell doubles the effect of wind. Yeah, wind warp would have been better.
Okay, let's do that then.
Because I would say like one point of wind warp would let you change the direction of the wind by 30 degrees, which I would rule would allow you to shift it to where it was kind of blowing through camp. You can change it till it's kind of like blowing diagonal to camp, and doubles the effect of wind on missile weapons, which I would say like would have the same effect. Make it
okay.
I would impose.
So I save a point.
Charge. Yep, and you save a point.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So then, can we search for any sources of?
Yeah, absolutely. What is going on with my screen? It's doing something weird.
Oh boy.
Hold on. Can you guys still see me?
Yeah.
I
can.
can see you.
My screen just went completely black. That's really weird.
I can see you.
Twitch
and Twitch is still up. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I don't know.
Twitch
I don't know
sees
what
you.
just happened to my actual screen on my computer went black. I can't see you guys. That's weird.
Oh.
Oh wait, here we go. Oh, we go. All right, I'm back. I don't know what happened, but I'm back.
Weird.
I'm not going to question it. It did. It did indeed. All right.
That's
Whatever
what I'm
happened. Here I am. I'm back.
Fire the missiles.
So yeah. So yeah. What do you I would say you could use like a track roll to try to find something. You could tell the general direction of where the shot came from in the woods. You can.
I'm looking more for like movement or like.
I'm looking up a spell, a spirit spell right now.
Because like,
Okay.
we
Like you're
see the
staying where you
arrow
are
fly.
and you're just trying to make like a spot check.
Yeah.
Ren? Okay.
All right. So that would be a search roll, Bryn, for you.
Yeah.
I would say that you're looking out into the dark. It is it's pretty dark out there. There's
Yeah.
a minus 20% penalty for that because of that. But you can use
Can I do
augment that
listen
if you want to.
instead? Can I do listen instead? Just kind of listen for movement and like.
You can too.
The
Yep.
wind is howling too.
Oh, that's a
Yep.
good point.
That is true.
I'll do
Sorry
search
about
then.
that, Bryn.
No, that's fine. No, that's better to protect the royal. Oh, all right. I'll augment
Sure.
with the Harrowborn clan. Does that still apply?
Loyalty Harrowborn absolutely
Absolutely.
applies.
This
This
thing
is your
is the
whiter.
depiction of the
Oh, yeah, that's
Harrowborn.
fair.
It is the representation of our clan.
That's fair.
Des is going to be casting Detect a Life.
Ooh, there you go.
Okay. Let's do Rue. What are you doing?
Rue's gonna kind of huff and tell Maury to Syl, and he and Syl are gonna go split in separate directions into the woods, and we're just gonna run in looking for
Okay.
shit and smelling
All
for
right,
shit
so
and trying to
we'll do
pincer
you
move if
last.
we find it.
Bryn, give me augment your roll and then give me a search roll.
I feel both.
Okay, you looking in the woods. Kymrese
Damn
kicks
it.
up some wind, some dust like gets in your face from the
Dust hits
wind,
your
and you're
eyes.
just like, damn it.
I am
Des,
gonna
detect-
climb on Ort.
Okay,
That's
detect life. Des, go for it. What do you
You got to
cast
roll
it?
for it too, Des. Don't forget.
You got to roll for it. Yeah.
I think I was supposed to roll for my wind warp.
Oh yeah, Rue. Yeah, you did. You were. You know what? I'm going to give it to you, but you don't get a check on the rune. I'm sorry, because that's my bad for forgetting.
No, that's okay. That's
Yeah.
all right. No worries.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that too.
So-
I can't
Yeah.
keep
It's a weird
doing
thing.
that. I'm
It's like-
literally a
it's-
spellcaster.
Yeah.
So
That's all right.
I got a 50
Okay.
to cast my spell, so I'm good.
All right.
50? 50?
50.
Detect life.
55?
Detects the presence of human or larger sized life. Direction or distance from the caster. Divides life forms into 2 classes. All right, so the range is the thing I want to look at. Spirit magic spells range is 50 meters. Okay.
Okay, that's like 300 feet, right?
That's pretty
15
far.
meters?
Yes.
50.
50.
50.
50. It's like 150 feet.
150 feet.
So you detect 150 feet. You detect a figure kind of booking it. 2 figures.
2 figures.
Booking it.
These
Is it
bitches.
me and Sil?
You detect 4 figures booking it.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And I'll yell, like where they're
2.
running.
I bet
2
you
running.
these arrows were poisoned or some shit, guys.
2 running downwind sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you shot that. Sil and Rue. I'm going to give you a track roll with -20, Rue, because you're using human senses.
Yep.
Sil, however, has sense, so hers is a straight one.
Yeah.
And you know what though? With Dessa's information, I'll give you 10 back, so you just have a -10 on your roll.
All right.
Augment it, bro. Augment it.
Yeah.
Loyalty.
Sure. Why
Loyalty,
not?
Haraborn.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's augment it with loyalty Haraborn. So I roll for my augment.
Yep.
I got a 4.
Hell
Shit.
yeah! So, dude,
That's
a
special.
that might even be
Fuck.
extreme, right?
My loyalty
Oh.
is 68. So
So
rolled
no, it's
4.
a special.
Regular special, right?
All right, so
think.
that is
Yeah.
a plus. Yeah, but that's still it's a plus 30, a plus 30 to
All
your
right,
roll.
so I got plus
Nice.
20 flat. Now I'm gonna bomb this one. Here we go. Oh my god, I got a 2.
What? Dude, all right, so check off your skill.
Finding that
Uh,
fucker.
Don't worry about rolling for don't worry
So
about
we
Rue.
just lock the fuck on.
Still found it. You actually like catch a scent, which is weird because you're not used to that like as human, Rue.
Ooh.
But you catch a scent of somebody, and so you and Sil kind of track it. You follow it for a while through the woods. Eventually,
We're hunting now.
You come to a stream eventually.
Did they go? Do we lose the scent in the stream? Can we catch the scent on the wind?
You can try.
Yes, try.
Well, this is another roll.
Try to set the wind. Here we go. See if we can tell which way it's going. Does my augment count for this one too, or does it expire after that first one?
The same encounter.
Okay. This is I got a 76 with my augment, which is plus 20, gets me 83. So I made it, but no specials, no nothing. Still got a 50. Did I write her track down? Probably not. It's somewhere on my phone. I think it's like a 40 or a 50. I'm not sure which one. I got a regular success.
Okay. Regular success.
I have to print Sil out. I have to make Sil a character sheet in between these campaigns here.
There's space on your character sheet for animal companion stuff too.
There's ally
it
mount.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it is on that one.
Hey, that's probably on one of the 2 pages that I'm missing from my character.
It's on the family character sheet.
Yeah.
I've got these 2.
Yeah, you're missing the family one. That's why. All right. So ordinary isn't good enough. He lost you in the river, whoever they were. Because you could have gone in either direction.
I'm going to go upstream. Sil's going to go downstream.
Okay. How long do you want to continue doing this?
Fuck, man. Like,
remember, there could be more in the woods.
Yeah, Kung Fu Frienders makes a point. I have a character sheet that's literally like somebody in the Johnson Companion made one that's like literally a book. Like it's amazing. There's room for everything. I'll give it to you guys for Company of the Dragon.
What?
Yeah, it's like book size. There's pages for everything you could possibly imagine. It's amazing.
what? We're pretty fucking mad, so we're going to go just about all night before we'll turn around.
Okay. I'm going to unfortunately say you're not able to find anything else.
They could have exited anywhere if we missed it.
Anywhere. Yep.
Yeah.
And this is I will give you this for your dedication. You are very good in the woods. You're very hard to hide from in the woods. Whoever managed to do this is better than you.
I'm gonna howl in frustration, but it's also like a fuck you. If you show your face here again, I will kill you.
Does Syl know if they smell like anything in particular?
Man,
You caught a whiff of like, what did you just say?
Man flesh.
That's true. Does it smell human or like something else?
Human.
Human. All right.
You caught an interesting sandalwood scent though with it that was a little bit distinctive for you. I'll give you that.
Might recognize that sandalwood smell again if we
Correct.
find it. All right.
Ralph Lauren.
All right.
Sandalwood.
So I'm gonna get back in probably the wee out in the morning. I'm back later in the morning. They're fucking going all day.
Yeah, so you do. You get back. It's wild day when you get back. So you're going to be a wolf again tonight.
Oh, I'm gonna be so fucking tired.
But it is.
Me working a
wild
48.
day. You get back a wild day of Harmony Week, and you're tired. You don't get much sleep, but you wake up in the morning, and Morganath calls just a meeting over breakfast, and the royal is there. And she's like, Morganath wears like typically when she was like at the Vale all the time, she used to wear like this shawl over her eyes with like little like dangly things over them. But like some of that's like kind of worn off. So now she just basically wears like a cloth around her eyes pretty much all the time. But she goes, this cannot continue. We've lost our homes and our past. And now this bastard traitor king wants our future as well. What do we do?
Find a weakness to exploit.
If Orissa's player was here, I would tell her that she feels a thrum in the little pouch that she keeps in her side. But she does. And
maybe she says something along the lines like, I know what Kalir was trying to do. Yeah. If Kalir is tied up with the siege, maybe we're the only ones who can continue the quest. Sort of thing.
Right. So Orissa says something along that lines. And as she says that, there's a whoosh of winds. And I will say that Orissa has not felt this presence for 2 months, even though she was the one who spent the most time with Shanashek. You guys have not seen or heard from it in that time. So this is the first time she's felt anything from it. But the wind kind of rustles and suddenly there's like a rainbow of light. And then the rainbow dragon is above you guys. And as it kind of swims through the air above you, it always does it in a figure 8 pattern. Always an infinity pattern it's swimming in. And it's a long, more of like the Eastern depiction of a dragon, like long and sinuous with the short arms. And like the long dragon. So it's swimming in the air above you guys. And everyone, it's much bigger than the last time you got. You don't know if maybe you don't remember this or maybe it got bigger, but it looks bigger than the last time you guys saw it. And it just kind of swims over you guys. And it says to everyone and no one in particular, I would speak to the Black Stag.
Shit, look toward the royal. That's up to him.
And he kind of like, he's standing next to Ort, because like
the bros.
Bovine bros. Yeah. And he kind of just, we would speak. And the dragon swooshes down and they kind of just like forehead bonk like cats.
Whiter to whiter, Jesus.
Whiter to whiter. And as soon as they do, they both disappear.
Oh, shit. Where'd our whiters go? Where'd our whiters go?
What do you want to do about it? I mean, you can trust the process or you can do something. It's up to you guys.
Look,
yes, you can bring your magic point back, by the way, in the morning. You do not have your rune point back, though. Yeah.
Time Reese notices everybody looking.
Rue's gonna look at like Orissa, like is he in the orb? Like, did he go into the? Are they in the orb? Do you know?
He's like, I don't feel him.
He's hiding him.
What kind of kind of thing could I make here? Check.
I mean,
you know what, Kymreese, you have spirit sight all the time, right?
I do have spirit sight all the time.
They're in the spirit while I'm talking to each other. You can see them.
They're just having a huddle.
I just smile. I don't say anything. I just smile at you idiots.
We panic and don't worry, they're there.
He hid like the riddle and like the important places of the veil. Maybe he's like hiding and protecting the royal.
They're having a private conversation.
I just look at you guys and I say they're just in a place that you can't see. And my eyes have that like weird sheen on them from my
Kymreese, can you hear them?
I guess
there's a conversation they're having that they don't want us to hear. I definitely want to hear it.
Okay, that's a fair question. Can I hear them? If I can hear them, I'm not going to listen.
Wow!
I would say that you could, but you're also aware of spirit etiquette and know that would be like...
Oh, I just told you I'm not going to. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm just telling also like Kymreese knows that would be like really poor taste to do.
Trust me, Kymreese knows. He looks at you and he says, if this was a conversation for our ears, they would have had it in a place where our eyes could see them.
You are two conversations. They don't want you to hear the conversations you usually have a vested stake in.
They're talking more?
They're talking? You pace and are nervous, and everybody kind of is on edge for about an hour. Until
it's a long conversation.
The royal appears. The dragon does not appear back.
I hate this. I don't want to trust shit.
And the royal just kind of pops right back where he was. And he kind of shakes his fur, and his antlers glow now because he carries the spirit. It's really weird. It's like he's looks like very magical all the time.
Supercharged.
No wonder he got shot. He stands out like a.
And he kind of clops around starts clopping to the middle and stands next to Morganeth where everyone can see him. And he says, "It falls to me to say what most of us are thinking since our exile began. The stag was the vow, the stag. So it was when empires rose and fell. Now the veil is abandoned in the hands of our enemies." He kind of lowers his head and shakes his antlers, and his ears twitch. And he goes, "You must leave the Harborn behind you. You cannot be a clan without land to call your own. There's no toil to sill, no soil to till, no place to build a home, no place for the laughter of your children. Leave me behind and become something else, something new. The only thing you can be. Salvation, vengeance. Make sure the crime that befell us does not befall any other clan. Make this all end. But first, take me to the Beast Valley. No beast is denied sanctuary there, and I have kin. Leave me there, and go be what destiny calls you to be. I will be there when it's time to us to return to our home together."
Okay, for a minute I was going to be like, this is not the plan. This is the opposite of the plan. Okay, if we're going to come back.
Kymreese says we will know where to find you when the time comes. And he volunteers to take him to the Beastlands.
What did he say to you?
To me?
No, I was asking the royal. What did
he looks at you?
Oh,
Ramashak say to you?
And he says, "I am a spirit of the land. You are not tied to the land anymore. You cannot have a whiter that is. You need a spirit that can go anywhere, can do anything. Make company with your dragon."
Convinced you to trade us to him.
If I stay here, I put everyone in danger. And Blackmore will kill me sooner or later. He needs to just get lucky once. If I am somewhere he cannot find me, then there is chance for the clan to always come back together in the future.
We will come back for you and return you to your mother.
I will be safe in the Beastlands. Which is true. So the Beast Valley is south of Sartar, between the borders of like the Holy Country, and it is the Beast Valley. There are no humans allowed in there. It is the place of the biggest temple to Arachne Solara in Grolantha, templed entirely by like beast people. Beast people like minotaurs, centaurs, fox people.
What about Talmori?
What about bear guys that just want to fuck off?
So I would say that they would probably be welcome, but you are not aware of any Telmori living there.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean there are any.
Just never heard of it. Yeah.
Because I will say this, the ducks are considered beast people, and so are Telmori. So.
Yeah, we're wolves on two legs.
Yep.
But not shamans. Damn.
But like, Blackmoor is not going to be able to send like some hunters in there. They will get fucked up.
Yeah, they'll just get wrecked.
Hell yeah, dude. That brings me much joy just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Just duck people just fucking these guys up.
We made a promise to the dough run. We will keep it however long it takes.
I know you will. But these people, your plows have been beaten into swords now. You may not wish it so, but you are a weapon. Go and fight. Use that weapon. And when you're done, I'll be waiting, just like I was centuries past. When the war is over, we'll all return to our home together.
All right. If you're certain.
I am, bro.
Ridder's not like this, but he will accept it. He's very suspicious of all this, but he will accept it.
Road trip, anyone? Kymrese looks at the rest of the group.
Says Morganath. I suppose we should plan.
Shadowshock planning to be the wider of all of us. The entire encampment.
Who are you saying that to?
The royal.
Okay. He looks at you. It kind of like sniffs, like he's smelling you. And he says, kind of like gives you the deer version of a smile. And he says, not everyone is untrustworthy, Rue. But that doesn't mean your trust should be easily won either. Give him a chance. I have seen his heart.
We'll do so because I trust you.
He kind of lowers his head and like just gently touches you with one of his horns.
Aw. Dear hug.
No. Boop. Dear boop. Well, it's about 2 days out and 2 days back to the Beast Valley. Kymrese, I commend you on going. I don't think you should go alone.
Oh, I thought we were all going. I thought all 120 of us were going.
That kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah. Harvar actually is there, and he says, I mean, that's a pretty sure way of us getting caught.
Yeah, I was going to say, we should go.
Gotcha. I mean, we've been traveling all 120 of us with the Royal already. I don't understand what the difference is.
The difference is we were just attacked because we were all traveling with the royal.
I see.
I've traveled around here a little bit when I was younger. There are 2 ways you can get there. If you go the lower way, along skirting the bottoms of the hills through Chormsland, there are a lot more people. The Balliamar tribe, they will be patrolling. You could run afoul of them. If you stick to the deeper woods, well, you have to look out for the wasp riders and the Katori. So, this is Christian speaking. You would know this. The wasp riders are a race of kind of very, very small people who ride giant wasps. They were created when an insect queen got Grandfather Mortal drunk on her honeymead and had some fun with them. And now she has little wasp people who ride her wasps. They're half humans, half wasps. They're not really that friendly.
Wasps be.
I look at you guys and I say, do you see many wasps flying in a hurricane? And I kind of smile.
The Katori were so long time ago, the Holy Country was ruled by someone called the Only Old One. And the Only Old One wasn't quite a troll. He was more of a god, but he was the son of Argan Argar, who was a troll god. And the Katori were humans originally who were really in tight with him. As a matter of fact, when you guys yeeted out of the Empire of Worm's friends to get away from it and served as mercenaries, you were mercenaries for the Only Old One. So, but the Katori were his extra special close mercenaries, and they are basically humans who have developed such a affinity with darkness and the darkness rune that they can either, according to stories you have heard, turn into a troll, turn into a shadow, or something of both. And they only come out at night.
Daytime hurricane travel it is.
So they're creepy goth people.
They're like Ven. Isn't Ven troll-blooded too?
Yeah, he's troll. He was called troll-blooded because he had the dark hair and eyes. Yeah.
Ven's a troll.
So you'd have to watch out for the wasp riders and the Katori if you go through the deeper woods.
I have always been more comfortable in the woods than.
I think it would probably be the best bet.
We'll be surrounded by friends.
Descara and Ort and the Royal. We know the woods.
Wow. Okay.
You know spirits is different. You know things in the woods.
I live in the woods.
No, you live out.
I know every tree by its first name.
No.
Piece of
you
shit.
live outside. There's a difference between living in the woods and living outside.
You have a house.
Not always in it.
Fucking rude.
It's always in it when my girlfriend's in it.
Hey. All right, very well. Leave tomorrow morning, I suppose. We'll get you some supplies and we'll wait you here.
Right.
Oh, by the way, it's Wild Day, Rue.
Yeah, I guess I'll meet you back here in the morning eventually. I'm going to get a head start talking to shit in the deep, dark woods tonight.
Rue, yeah. Well, you're not where you are is kind of on the outskirts of where you have to worry about encountering those things. But if you're going in that direction, you're going more into their territory. If it makes sense.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
We'll see what I find.
All right. You know what? What does everyone else do to get ready? We'll do them first, then we'll do a little quick something with Rue.
I mean, I don't really think there's much. We're already kind of pretty mobile and we've settled here a little bit, but not really. So I feel like I'm usually always ready to go.
Okay.
I'll finish the blanket I was working on with Arissa.
All right, that's fair.
Does the rest of the clan, though, plan on staying here?
Yeah, they're going to stay here and wait for you guys to come back.
Okay.
Where you are, there aren't any major settlements around you guys at all, and you're purposely staying where you are because it has a bad reputation. So people avoid it. So it's a pretty safe place to be, unless there's truth to the reason why people avoid it. But you've been here a little while and you haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
Other than unknown assassins shooting on the Royal. Aside from that, it's very safe.
Yeah, it's very safe, aside for the assassins. Okay, so you guys, prepare your stuff for the journey. Rue, I'm going to get a roll of some sort from you. Let's see here.
Oh, Syl and I will tell Nightclaw. Don't know how well Nightclaw understands wolf speaking if there's any translation errors, but we'll mention
you can speak to animals.
You talk to pigs.
Right. I can talk to all kinds of animals. That's right. I have speech. Yeah.
Yep.
We'll tell Nightclaw. We'll describe the scent that we had followed a little bit to Nightclaw too, so Nightclaw can sort of keep an eye out for it.
He's like, I'll be on watch. And he ears go back. Looks around.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 growling.
Yeah.
Hey, Orc
Can I make a
has
craft
scent too.
Oh yeah, I guess that's how Orc too. Might as well. Everybody can keep an eye out.
So now here's why I'm almost tempted to have Orc just be like a total dumbass. But it'd be like,
totally fine. Totally fine.
Honk. Orc can talk, but he only ever honks. Honk.
No. He's like,
affirmative honk.
He's like, right.
That's all the preparation that I can really do. Other than that, I'm just going to be I was awake all night and I'm going to be awake all night again. But at the same time, I'm too wired to sleep. So I'm just going to fucking jump around and I guess maybe spar with Lunson a little bit and fucking.
And eventually the night comes though.
Watch the woods.
And then,
how much does remember since his change when we left the Vale? Does he remember every night now, or does it still fade in and out?
So it's sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. Basically.
Gotcha.
Do you have a spirit travel skill by any chance, Amber?
I think we all do, actually. I think
everyone has at least a 10.
I have 10.
Okay, roll a spirit travel.
I got 65.
No, you can't have a 10.
You add your modifier to it too.
Do you have a 0 for your magic modifier? There's no way.
Correct. I have a 0 for my magic modifier.
Oh, okay.
I have I think I have 11 power. I'm.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I working on that power.
Rue is physically powerful, but in all other ways very weak.
No, he's physically skinny.
I am not that skinny. I got a 76, nowhere near it.
You don't remember your time running through the woods, except for the vaguest remembrance of a fortress of some sort. That's what you get when you wake up in the morning, a fortress. That's what you remember.
Just wake up in the morning, spit out some pine needles. But
well, when you wake up, you find that you're not too far from the camp.
The downside to moving constantly is all my stashes of clothes that I so painstakingly laid out around the Vale are gone.
To be fair, Kymri's probably took half of
strip
those.
off and go into the woods anyway. You just hold my clothes, I'll be back. And
then you give your clothes
Nightclaw,
to naked
can you please
Kymri.
bring me some pants? And Nightclaw's just what will you give me? Trout or rabbit? I don't know. Fucking make my fucking awkward way back to whatever clothes I can get to in the morning.
Everybody's ready to go.
What's the blanket that Orissa and I finished?
I think it's probably just a cool pattern.
Yeah, we're gonna take it with us.
Sure.
Is that your snuggle blanket?
Is it a shared blanket? Yeah.
Could be. Maybe we'll put it on the Royal if he'd be so willing. Give him a little
double
blanket.
wide. All right.
Do I get to mark off craft? Craft blanket.
Roll, so if you want to roll, you can.
I'm gonna fucking roll.
Okay.
I have a 20 in craft.
See how you do.
And I'm about to have a 20 plus 1d6.
We will chat with Syl
I
and see
won't.
if Syl remembers the fortress at all. Maybe clearer than he does.
Oh, that's a good idea.
or if they had been split up at the time.
You don't have her stats. Curse you, Amber.
I do. They're just buried in my messenger
I have
somewhere.
them somewhere. All right, hold on a second.
You can search messenger conversations.
Yeah, you see, but it's just a screenshot, Christian.
Yeah, it's just a screenshot.
You can also look at just images in your.
That's true. You can scroll through images, but
Do you understand
I
how
imagine
many memes Christian sends me?
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say
me.
I imagine that they both.
The stack
lot
of
of
memes between when
images.
he first sent this.
Or you could
Now.
just like save your stuff.
we'd have it no other way, though. Honestly,
I've got 6 months to get organized. Okay.
I saw something online, which was it was like someone's tweet, and it was like if you didn't want random memes and like videos sent to you like all day long over various messaging things, you shouldn't have become my friend. And I was like, fuck, it's me.
It's called out.
That
I never
is
felt
you.
so called out.
it's me, your boy.
It's like, fuck, it's me. So, she still's like, don't remember, brother. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Well, keep an eye out. There might be something in this direction.
Okay.
I'm so fucking tired right now.
You
We're
are.
so
You're-
fucking tired. He's been awake for fucking 2 days, and like we're gonna walk all day again today after running all night.
So
I
you
just
set
picture
off.
the critical role with Gronk leading him through the woods. We're just dragging you.
Yeah.
I'm making my way.
Okay.
I'm making my way. It's so good. The wolf attacking his crotch.
Sorry.
That's all right. So
Just
you
that I
set
watched
off,
it like 4 times, and we were like crying the whole time.
and you set off and you stick to the deeper woods because that's what you said you guys want
Yep.
to do, right? Okay. So you stick to the deeper woods and you head south. And who has the highest hide roll?
Not
If you're
me.
trying to hide, let me put it that way.
Not
You
fucking
mean
Wow.
who has the lowest?
Really?
No, I'm gonna because the person with the highest will be able to direct the other ones, and this will just make it easier for me because we'll do it one roll. And
So
then
mine's 25.
Oh wow, I have a better hide than Bryn.
Yeah,
I have a
I'm really
13,
loud.
guys.
I don't
I have a
hide
13.
well.
It's got to be Rue. Like Rue has to have better hide than me.
I just walk through the forest, just fucking talking to trees.
Yeah, me too.
Here
Or not-
I am.
So,
I talk to the beehives that find me inevitably.
Ken just gets mauled by beehives.
I'm the worst at how many D6s did we get to add to something, Christian? Because I haven't done that yet.
We get two. We get one
Two
d6 minus
training,
one
so
two
it's
times.
two 1d6 minus 1 2 times.
Oh, we were supposed to -1?
Yes.
Oh, I missed that part. You only told me D6, Christian.
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry
about
I'm not
it,
going to put
Jess.
that in hide. I've got a 25 in hide also. I'll let it ride the way it is.
Oh damn, I am the
Yeah.
best at hide.
You can
What was
augment this
yours?
roll.
Yeah. Augment
Absolutely.
that shit, Kent.
Apparently, I'm the best at hide. I have a 29.
Yeah, because you're a bear. You just fucking bee yourself in the woods.
You're also
No,
like a
getting
hunter
mauled
and
by
stuff.
getting mauled by beehives. Like they literally think you're a bear. I love Descara directing us to hide. He's like, "Come here, guys, do this." Grabs a beehive and starts.
You're all bear
punching it.
walking through the woods. Just like it's just a great workout.
No. We all get
Your
fucking
hamstrings are so
anaphylactic
stretched out
shock.
afterwards. Yeah.
Yep. All right, yeah, that so this is going to be augmented definitely loyalty Haraborn
Sure.
for me.
Could also be Veilheart. Just saying.
Could
I
be.
got Well, we're currently traversing the royal. So
That's fair.
I did get the thing. I got a 36 out of 60.
Nice.
All right, so
Okay.
that's plus 20. So you have you got 49.
I got a 49.
And we got some rerolls laying around too. So
Yeah.
I don't remember how many because Sarah's not here, but we'll be fairly generous with them tonight. Don't worry about it because I know you had at least 2 all around. I know is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I remember. So
And I'm definitely going to be using one of those because I just rolled a 97.
Okay.
And Sunday Me just gave us another rerolls all around.
Oh, thank you.
hey,
Shit, Sunday mead.
Thank you.
Hey, Sunday me.
Oh my god.
Did you do it? Did you do
Did you
it?
get a
Did you
96?
biff it or did you do great?
98? It could go either way.
So my percentile die rolled into the open and it's a 90, and I really don't want to see what my single die is because it could be a 99.
Oh God, is this on a reroll? So you can't reroll again?
Yep.
No, he's
Yeah.
got one.
Catastrophic failure comes.
This could
That
be great
is a
for
93.
narrative purposes.
All
Oh,
93.
Okay.
93.
Hold on a
so
second.
still fail, but
Just
not
fail.
catastrophically.
We're not good at moving quietly, you know?
No.
There's a lot of us.
Interestingly enough.
The scar's big.
Yeah.
Or like,
Okay.
oh, this is hide. This isn't moving
So this is
quietly.
what we're going to say. This is what we're going to say. You think you're doing a really good job, Des. All right. And particularly like you're like, okay, then we're going to stick to underneath the canopy of trees, and we're going to move, and you know, we're going to watch out. And you're watching, but you're not used to watching for flying things.
Yep.
You're
God
used to
damn
watching
it.
to things on the ground. Okay.
It's
You
I
get
should be
mauled
used-
by bees enough.
I know. I should be
Oh
used to
my
watching.
God, you walked
flying
face
things.
first right into one.
This is your absolute
Oh my
bane, Beskar,
gosh.
is freaking
It was
flying
meant to
insects.
be.
It was
Yep.
meant to be.
It's meant to be.
Stubbies. So as you're moving, you hear, all of you hear this like kind of coming from like above you.
Oh,
What
well,
do you
it's
do?
here.
We're just like sneaking, buzzing noise.
I will hold a hand up like to stop everybody, and I will just say like a hail.
Oh, you're trying to like call out to them?
Yep.
Saying hello.
Yep.
What's your charisma?
Because I would say
Not
I will
great.
say-
Like I was
Can I
not,
speak
never
instead?
expected to be a warrior.
Time out. Wait a second. So I will give you this before you do this, because they failed their roll to see you, even though you failed. So it's like 2 failures.
Oh shit.
So I think
So we're just like,
yeah, I think
Bumbling
necessarily,
idiots.
they're not necessarily like aware of you because they failed, but you're also like out in the open.
yep.
But you see, there's like 4 of them. They're big wasps. They're about Syl size, and there's these little like naked guys flying on them with what looks like they're holding like darts. They look like, and they're just kind of like flying around, back and forth, like zipping around over you guys.
My instinct is to still try to announce ourselves because like being caught sneaking automatically seems like you're up to no good versus
But
being
we're
like,
not
hey,
sneaking. We're failing to sneak.
Roll
true.
a customs or Homeland's lore roll.
I'm going to move closer to the royal and Orissa.
So I have a 0 for Homeland lore, not my own. So it's going to have to be customs local.
That's fair. This is local for you guys.
All right.
I don't know where it is.
I am going to augment this with
Bottom left, under the knowledge.
the loyalty veil heart, because we are traveling as
Not like
the
bottom left. it's like
Nothing. I have
left.
none
Okay.
except for local. I get 30. Nah, I don't get it. Nah.
for my augment.
Oh, is this
I got
all of us?
I get a 5 on my
Anyone else?
augment.
Yep. All right. So that's a 5. All right. So that's a plus 30 to your roll here, Kyrie.
Yep, for veil heart. And then
Mark that
Now
off
I
because
get
you
plus-
used that this session. Then
no, I haven't used any augments this session.
you just used Veilheart. So you can't use it again this session.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And then customs local, I have a 35. So
that
under a
makes it
65.
Yep.
I got a 36.
All right.
Nice.
So mark that off first of all.
Wait,
That's a
shit. We
regular
have
success.
Veilheart as a passion.
Yeah.
Yes, Amber. That's why we came up with the name so we could add it as a
As a
passion.
okay, I didn't know that. I have no room for my passion. I'm so brimming full of
Yep.
passion.
So much passion.
Freaking
That's why we-
voices, man.
That's why we
I
need
know.
the big sheets.
Okay.
All right. Tyrese, as Rue appears ready to like greet these people, you remember from talking to Saban that like they'll take you back to their nest and eat you.
Diplomacy is not the way.
I just
slap my hand
place
down.
my entire hand over Rue's face and go
Up high. Just up high though, like
like fingers on her lips, like near her nose. One of them's close to her eye.
Yeah.
And I just go,
He's like watching the hand come in, like. Mm.
Cameron is just like, I don't want to be eaten.
just,
He's like, he will
And you
not.
just-
That he
and then I
understands.
slowly take my hand away from your face. You can see I'm looking at you, ready to throw it back quickly.
The royal has just like backed up kind of underneath the tree, closer to shade in the bushes.
Okay.
Pretend you're a regular deer with
All
glowing
right, just
horns.
gonna get lower.
Over a couple minutes, they fly overhead, but they do not see you, and eventually they move off further south.
Well, we got to decide if we want to.
Seen you because they both failed, but failure and a failure is a failure.
We failed to hide, but they failed to see us. Yeah.
You continue on, and as the day wears on, you eventually get out of the you get to the edge of the forest, and you see some you come across the tree, and hanging from the tree are some like the Blair Witch kind of like twisty things of like vines.
Totems,
these are like round darkness runes just hanging from the trees.
Don't like that very much.
That is about mid-afternoonish. You get out of the woods, and you kind of skirt the hills. You can see the Chormsland Valley below you, which is considered the breadbasket of Sartar. Lots of beautiful farms just kind of stretched out below you. And you go into a place called the Auroch Hills. And the Auroch Hills are a desolate, basically a badland. It's very broken and stony with like briars and weeds and these weird hills, like the wind kind of blows to the hills and make strange sounds. And dotted throughout them are these like just pillars. So think of like not like carved marble pillars, but like just pillars of rock like you'd see in like a canyon. But some of them are white, some of them are like yellow, some of them are orange. This is the Auroch Hills. Nobody really goes there. It's the border between the Holy Land and Sartar. And supposedly there was some sort of like battle during the Gods' War here, and it's considered not a great place, so people don't really go there.
We have to cross through, or can we skirt it?
You're not going to get through there tonight. But to get where you're going, you have to go through, and you really would have to camp here. Good news is it's a safer place to camp because you're not very likely to come across anyone. Bad news is it's got a bad reputation.
Do you know any stories of what exactly sorts of terrible things happen in here that people avoid it for?
You can give me a customs homeland roll if you want. Anyone can if they want to.
Or maybe a cult lore.
Homeland lore would be the one.
Homeland lore, which I have a 0 in.
Homeland lore, you have a 0 in?
So there's.
I'm sorry, I have a 10. I have a 10.
Oh, no, never mind. I got
dude.
Homeland lore own. I got a 55. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, for our own. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
for our own.
This is your own. Yeah, this is your own.
I got it. Regular success. I was awake.
Yeah.
I was
Okay, I'm going to use one of my rerolls.
Sure.
Thank you, Sunday Mead. I got it on the reroll. Yeah.
You don't really know like what sort of battle was necessarily fought here, but you do know that like Kyrese, you know this, and Rue, you must have paid attention and heard this, that there are some spirits that don't necessarily like living people here.
Spirits of the dead?
Spirits that don't like living people.
Interesting. Would it be better or worse that I'm a shaman?
And also, sort of, also a dead person.
That's true.
Unknown, Kyrese.
I'm their king. What do you know?
All right.
Well,
Kyrese,
I could. I've got second sight. I also have detect spirit as a spirit magic spell.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps I cast that. I think.
So second sight's pretty much always up for you.
Yeah.
Spirit. So you can pretty much see
detect spirit.
Detect spirit. So second sight lets you pretty much see spirits, if I understand it correctly.
Okay.
So you don't necessarily need detect spirit, I don't think, unless you want to double check the rule book on that for me. But hold on, let me take a look.
Kyrese / Arissa, is there anything we can do to help ward our camp or make it repellent to spirits or anything like that?
I do have sanctify.
Oh, that sounds promising.
I don't know if it's actually promising though.
Hold on a minute. Let me do second sight first.
In 6 months, we better know what we can do.
Speak for yourself, Amber. And your wolf sister.
I am including my wolf sister.
Good. I say this also not knowing what half my spells do.
I feel like I've avoided not knowing what half my spells do by only having 3 spells.
Wow, really? In total?
Yeah, I've only got 3 spirit magic spells.
Shit. Oh, you're saying spirit magic. I just said I meant altogether, including rune magic?
No, my I've only got 4 rune magic spells, one of which I can't cast.
Oh, well,
and they are all different versions of shapeshift into wolf or wolf monster.
I also have spirit block, by the way, which sounds really promising.
Listen to me, okay? So I'm just going to rule second sight.
I think second sight allows you to tell the power level of creatures and see their aura. What's that?
Read it. You have the rule book, right? Because I was.
Well, I do. Yeah, let me pull it up in the drives.
Because I was looking up what you have. Everybody who has normal access to all the rune spells has the warding spell, which you can use to protect yourself and your camp if you wanted to.
Oh, so we don't have to have added that to our
That is
list.
When I said you had all common rune spells, warding is a common one.
I didn't realize that when you said we had all, I thought you meant like we had access to pick them. I didn't realize we had them available.
Everybody who knows them knows those spells. So warding is a common rune spell. Yeah. So you can, as long as you're willing to use a rune spell, a rune point to do it, you can pop it up.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
You just need so you need 4 sticks, 4 wands as props. That doesn't matter; they can be made as any material. So you can literally, according to this, I would say you can literally carve them with the appropriate runes if you just find the right sticks to do for the evening. Okay, and then you can ward your camp.
It's only the power of living creatures, Christian. It doesn't allow you to see spirits. Okay. But detect spirit does
would
though.
Only last for 15 minutes though.
Oh, detect spirit only lasts for 15?
Yeah. It's not something you keep up all day long. I mean, you could, but until you run out of magic points if you wanted to.
No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. And then you said spirit block was something that we all had access to?
No, warding would be the thing. If you're going to set up a camp, warding would be the thing to do.
Okay. I am, for my reference, just going to look up spirit block real quick, though.
Sure. I think that just gives you it acts as armor for spirit combat. If I remember correctly.
That sounds familiar.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. It just has to be one person, right? We don't have to dump dump for
just one of you.
All right, I'll dump a rune magic point into.
Okay. Ward. So let me describe the area and tell me where you guys camp. So they kind of low rolling badlandy hills, bushes and shrubs dotted throughout are these weird columns. What kind of camp are you looking for?
Probably enclosed by trees, I would say, with cover and stuff too.
Okay. So I
am not a woods person. I am those
20, 30 meters tall.
How thick?
I'm sorry, did you say 20 or 30 meters tall?
Yeah, they're tall. They're tall.
Holy
they're
fuck.
Big towers. Yeah. The hills are tall too. This is a canyonous area.
20 or 30 meters? Shit.
Yeah.
I will defer to
So are these thick ass pillars? If we camp against one of them, does it cover one side from approach?
It would, yes.
I would think that we should cover one or more sides in approach.
You could also do that with some hills if you wanted to. You could find a hill that would give you that.
I was gonna say,
didn't want to be by.
I was gonna say,
weird ass
pillars. Pillar kind of more in the open though,
No, they're just dotted throughout.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we're dipped down, that would be helpful.
Okay. So you find I would say you find a decent area to set up a camp where you have a hillside that you can kind of go up against. You don't ever want to be at the bottom of the hill because the cold air sinks down, but you find an area that's protected enough.
Or at the top of a hill, so we have better range of.
But I mean, so they'll also see us too.
Yeah.
I feel like lower is better, but.
Yeah.
Christian, let me ask you this, bud. So this is another thing I'm thinking. It would probably, I don't know if it would really be in Kymrice's if you would want to do this, but I do have summon spirit, and then I also have control entity. So I could basically like force a spirit to like stand guard or protect us from its kin.
So you're probably, if you summon spirits, going to call the spirits that are in the area, though.
Right. Which are the ones that are bad, potentially. Right. But if I then control it, I'm saying, is that something that we could do to have it, hey, listen, leave these people alone kind of thing, or what?
So if you're thinking of like just the easiest way to do it, it would be warding.
Okay.
I feel like if you were to call a spirit, the other spirits
and the spirit buds are going to be like, hey, let him go.
Yeah. And if you were to control one, that's fine. But I feel like the other ones would hear you too.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think that's necessarily Chimeris's kind of deal anyways, but.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just ward and be at the sheltered against the hill.
Yeah.
But, and people keep watch can sit on top of the hill or lay on top of the hill and keep a view around from the vantage point.
Okay. So you set up, so the warding spell you can set up, hold on, let me look it up. I had it up in just a minute ago.
I know it's like, I saw it protects an area of like 100 meters.
100 meters and extends 3 meters in the air above the wands. So Bryn, you would find like 4 evenly sized sticks. And you carve some runes in them of movement and air. Runes, are sacred to Vinga. And you can stake out an area of 100 square meters to do that, to build your camp in.
This is our fucking hill, the whole thing.
Yep. And then you say
and it extends 3 feet above the sticks. So Discari
extends 3 meters above the sticks. So plenty of room for you guys. And as you do that, and you pray to Vinga, you feel like the power kind of connect the wands, and you feel a tinge of energy when you're within the area enclosed by them.
Chimeris gives you Chimeris kind of puts his arm around your shoulder and says, "Good job, Bryn. You did great."
Roll to cast spell.
Roll to
cast
call,
it. Kent.
Wait, it's rune magic. Do you roll to cast rune magic, or does rune magic?
Yes, you can use any of your runes to cast any of your appropriate runes, like air or movement, to do it.
It was Cernibus. He put it up, and I was just like, "Ha!"
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know which one would apply here. Air, you said?
Yeah.
Air movement.
Air or any one of your Vingan runes. So it would be air or movement.
Also, this is worth augmenting, Bryn. This roll is worth augmenting.
Oh, what? It's okay. I just rolled regular for air and I got it. 26.
Oh, okay.
All right, mark your rune too for that.
She's a hothead. She got high air.
Yeah.
So I still do put my arm on your shoulder and tell you did a great job doing all magic and stuff.
I feel like Orissa probably would have done it if she were here, but I don't want her to dump a rune point.
Well, she might need to heal something to bring it back to life too. So
exactly.
Okay.
I need to reattach a severed limb.
Yeah.
Correct.
Thank you, Chimeris.
You settle in for the night. Are you keeping watch?
Yes.
Okay.
Always. I am paranoid. I'm tired of shit, though, so I'm not the best watch person.
Yeah, maybe you should sleep first.
Yeah, you've been up for, at this point, days at a time. Like, you try to stay up, Des is going to be like, no, you sleep.
The only way you'd be able to stay up is if you had to drive an ambulance somewhere.
Fuck. It's too true.
Too many hours on the road.
Yeah, he won't even argue it. He's like, okay, wake me up for the last.
Yeah.
And then he'll sleep next to Bryn.
Brandon.
Okay. So the ward gives you, just looking through this here. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, I was just looking. It gives us 1 point of counter magic against spells across the barrier, 2 points of spirit screen against outside spirits.
Perfect.
And does 1d3 points of damage, ignoring armor, to one hit location of any corporeal enemy. It's going to be the leg.
Right leg.
Unwise enough to cross the boundary.
Oh, very good. All right.
Good job, Kent.
Everyone knows that the right leg is the weakest place, which is why I always cross boundaries face first.
Everybody roll me your power score. Power times 5.
Yeah, my power is so bad.
Can I just take the 100? No.
Power times 5.
Just kidding.
I always forget.
Ooh.
I should write down.
I got a
Pass,
25.
obviously.
No? Real?
No.
Okay.
Got it.
Got it. So Des is
Got him.
good. Bryn is good. Kymrese is good. All right. Arissa has a good power, but I'll roll for her anyway. I know hers is like super high.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
like,
good. Okay. Rue,
Spirits always fuck with me.
Rue, you have
Oh
just
no,
the
not
worst
again.
dreams.
Fucking horrible.
Just the
nightmare.
shittiest dreams.
Fuck.
Just nightmares. You have this feeling of like being watched, and this like just like being watched and being viewed as like I'm thinking of like Astarion's little juice box. Being watched as like a resource to like draw life from.
That's a
All right.
terrible feeling for a wolf that is used to hunting.
Yeah, you have the feeling of prey. Like you get your nightmares are about being hunted and prey. Everyone else sleeps fairly well.
Can Kymrese
Oh,
meditate
man.
during that time?
Oh man. I haven't slept in 4
Well,
days.
I mean, you can sleep. Like you need to sleep. I'm not sure what do you get during your watch time. You mean?
Yeah.
Why would no
Meditate while you're on watch.
Well, here's the thing. When I'm meditating, I feel like I'm more connected with the
to the
spirit world.
Earth.
So I'd be more alert, honestly, is my thought process. I don't know.
Okay, so roll meditate.
Okay.
He's
Am
like
I
sitting
wrong?
on top of the
Am I
hill,
wong
all
in that
meditating.
assumption, Christian? Is that not correct?
No, I think
that's for you.
That's fair. Go for it.
Meditating on top of the hill, and Nightclaw goes to the top of the hill and then just pushes him off the edge.
Rolls down.
I fucking love cats, guys.
Man, Art's gonna be so sad
I
when we
did not pass, just barely,
Don't have
but I
the
did not
royal.
Okay,
pass.
no worries. You meditate. No problem. Throughout the night, as you take turns on watch, the ward holds.
You
do
fail to
see
notice Rue
occasionally-
screaming in his sleep.
You know Rue is having a bad night.
He's
but
making little dog whimpering noises.
He kind of
Oh,
rolling his legs like this.
Like, he's kicking. He's
You-
running.
You do occasionally see some sort of flickering of shadows outside of your ward, here and there, as if something's
Okay.
coming. Like go through. They see you, but they don't test the ward.
Oh, good thing you put that up, Vern. Shit. Saved us from a bad night.
I would have been fighting these bitches by myself. Actually, with Arissa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're the
Chop its leg
vanguard
off.
for
Oh,
all
wait, you
spirit
can't
walker.
because you're useless against these things.
Just sit at the bottom.
And you
Shit.
wake in the morning, and you can pull up those stakes. You can take them with you and use them again, Bryn. So just mark that you have them.
Way to go, Bryn. Good work. Good work. Proud of you. Proud of you, my little axe
Rue's
swinging
third bad night in a row.
spellcaster. You.
Just
Feel
like,
worse than I did when I went to sleep.
The Royals like, we got to leave this guy behind.
Rue's like not making words great anymore. He's just like grunting at everything as an answer.
The last thing I remember is Kymrese putting his entire hand in my face.
Never
His
been the
finger went
same
in my
since.
mouth.
All right, so you start out and you continue southwest, getting out of the hills.
Where all bags fly free.
Roll. Everybody wants to roll a scan.
Oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Rolled an 8. Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Regular
So
success.
that's a regular or a special?
I only got 48 scan.
Okay,
Oh wait, 20%
regular.
is
No. Oh, 20.
special.
Oh, that's right.
20%.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah, it's a special. Okay.
Yes.
You're special.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So Rue's got a special. Mark that, Rue.
I have a 7 out of 45.
You got a special too. Mark that.
I got nothing.
Okay.
I'm paranoid. I'm looking at
Sarah,
the
you
air.
and I, nothing.
Looking for the bees.
And one.
Looking for the bees, and I'm talking to the trees.
Okay. So
trees.
yeah, check it if you get a special, Brent.
Yep.
So as you're traveling along, you're getting to you're approaching a place where like you have to pass under the shadow of a pretty big hill that's almost like a cliff. And as you're getting there, Bryn, picture you kind of in the front, even though you're exhausted and tired. And actually, no, I'm going to do this backwards. Yeah, yes, Bryn is in the front, Rue is in the back. Bryn.
We go shortest to tallest so we can all see over each other.
Well,
I would be in the front
too.
I like to
Bryn,
stay near the squishies, so it works out.
You catch the glint of what could possibly be an arrow up on top of the hill. In the meantime, Rue, as you're in the back, you catch a whiff of sandalwood.
Meanwhile,
Oh.
Beskara and Troy catch what could possibly be the tip of an arrow in their chest.
So stop, Troy.
Ah,
Troy, stop. The only two people who have an opportunity to do anything in this we're going to do rounds here are Amber and Jess, because you guys don't know what's going on.
What about Arissa or the Royal?
Amber and Jess. They're not here. I'm not rolling from. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I am going
Oh,
to
shit.
alert. Should I tell everyone, or is that gonna?
I'm gonna silent signal.
He's about
Whatever
to
silent
save us.
signal I know. To
Yep, I'm gonna alert
the people
all
behind
of the beast peoples, including my wolf sister and my beast speech, like I smell it, sort of thing. The sandalwood, and I'm going to cast protection on myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
You
going
say
to.
that in beast speech?
Yes. So little
Okay.
wolf like.
Fortunately, the Royal understands that. Okay.
How high is this glint that's like above us?
Top of a hill that's probably like it's a very steep hill, almost like a cliff face, and I would say the hill itself is probably like 30, 40 feet high. I know I'm switching back between metric and
No, that's
imperial.
fine.
I'm sorry,
No,
I'm sorry,
wait.
No giraffes yet.
Like by 30, 40 feet, you mean like
it's 2
7 or 8
McDonald's
horses
signs
high?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna like silent signal, which I'm hoping that we have learned through traveling and through Nevada to the people behind me, and just like point. And then I think I'm gonna cast leap, but I have to check if I can jump high enough.
Roll to cast.
Roll to cast protection.
6
Oh
meters.
shit! Yeah.
6 meters high.
Yeah. Yep, that'll take you.
Sarnobas, we owe you money.
We do.
I got 8.
Look at our chat making us honest.
And I got it.
Cool.
I got
check
14
when we successfully cast.
out
Do
of
we check anything when we
85.
successfully cast spells or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
We do.
You can check your
It's usually
you just
power,
rolled-
right?
Yeah, power, but you just rolled your power to cast the spell. That's not. If you're
Okay.
your rune, you can, but you're like for rune magic, but not for that. So
Damn it!
Bryn-
Power is what I need to
I got
check
a
more than
special
anything.
success.
But that's so mark it. Well, you already probably did because you cast it for warding. You used it, right? You used
No,
one
I
of
did
those.
a rune magic point for warding.
Leap is a rune magic spell
Shit, you're
too.
right. It is a rune magic. So I rolled the wrong thing, but I still got it.
Whatever. As long as the roll would have
1482.
been fine, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still a special.
Okay. So that rune magic. So Rue, you're casting protection.
Yes.
Was it protection 2?
Yep.
So that's your dex plus 2. Dex SR plus 2.
Dex, SR, strike rank, dexterous strike.
Oh, no,
It's a
minus
total of
2.
3.
3. So yours goes off at 3. Rune magic goes off right at the beginning, Bryn, so you can still like jump or do something.
Oh, I'm gonna try and jump right to wherever the
shiny is.
shiny is.
You can easily do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be your movement. I
That's
would
a
say you'll
huge
get
fucking jump. Holy shit.
That's
6
badass.
meters would easily get you.
I learned from Lonson.
Oh wait,
yeah.
the shiny is super close to us, 6 meters away.
Yeah,
Up.
it's a top of a hill, and I would say it's probably like
He said like 40 feet.
like 40 feet away.
Well, 6 meters is 20 feet.
Is it?
Is it?
Oh, never mind. I guess
18.
I can't get to him.
It's 18 feet. Yeah.
So you can bound
6 times 3.
You can get halfway there
Roughly.
with one jump.
Okay.
Can
Okay.
she run
Also-
and jump? Is that part
Yeah,
of the
I'll
same
give you
action?
that.
Can she?
I would say if you wanted to run and then jump, you would get there because I don't care about tracking
Well, so
like
time
exact
is
feet.
temporal, right? So I could jump
Yep.
twice.
No. You can jump 6 meters at a time as much as you want for 15 minutes because it's a rune spell.
Gotcha. But like I can just jump
You know
twice,
what, though?
no?
Actually, so yeah, I think you
Yeah,
could.
how many jumps
I
can you
would
do in a
say
round?
I'll say you give you 2.
15 minutes.
We'll just figure out. Hold on, let me just
It
look at.
would just happen later, right? In the
Yeah. So movement
Yeah,
is
strike rank, jump 1, and then it's like multi-shot
Yeah.
with an arrow. Then you jump again, like whatever we
Every-
figure
so
that out to be.
every 3 meters moved is +1 to your strike rank. So, I mean that's walking or running it.
Yeah.
So you're jumping it. So I'm going to say every jump is. I'm going to call every jump plus. I mean, it's like a step, basically. It's just like a big step. So I'm going to say every jump is +1. So if you jump twice, that's 2 to your strike rank. So you would get there. And you're going to see a dude with a bow. Aiming the bow at the royal.
Fuck that guy.
I'm gonna draw my hand axe or spear. What would I have right now? Out while we're traveling. I probably would have my spear while we're traveling.
Bryn's like, surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, so let me just figure him
Yeah,
out because
go
he's going to
ahead.
get a shot. He's going to get a shot off at the royal. So he had his
Yes.
weapon prepared.
Yes.
So that's SR0, but he's going to hit some spirit magic into that because he's going to do multi-missile.
Damn.
Multi-missile
This guy's persistent as shit.
2. So it'll be 2 missiles at the royal. So multi-missile 2. So that'd be SR3. He'll get his shot off before you get there, Bryn, but then you'll be able to get at him if you want.
Okay.
Just as the arrow's flying.
Damn.
But he is shooting at a jumping target, which.
No, he's shooting at the royal, not Bryn.
stag. At
He's
the,
not
Oh, the
shooting at
royal.
Bryn.
Okay. Damn
Yeah.
it.
Now with multi-missile, I think I roll for each arrow, right? I should really look this stuff up beforehand.
Yeah.
Hold on. Each point of the spell cast on a missile creates a magic missile that instant is launched with the fire. Missile does the same amount of damage as the original missile. Each missile attack is rolled separately. Cool. That's what I wanted to know. All right.
I,
the
who have
royals-
multi-missile, say very confidently, yeah.
The royal's going to try to dodge. He's going to shoot. So first we're going to do the shooting part on his part. He gets a regular success. So the royal, who wants to roll? I'll let one of you guys roll for the royal. Go for it.
Can I roll for the royal? Is that okay?
Yes. Yes,
I'm going to
Ms.
say I
Ms.
don't
Dear
have
Lady.
the royal stats, but I'm going to give him a 50 in dodge. So see how he does.
Dodge, duck, dive,
Juke.
dodge.
I got a 44.
So he has a regular success too. So I think
does that go to?
I think that means he's fine. So it's a normal dodge with a normal success. Attack is dodge. So the first arrow misses, but there's a second one coming his way.
Oh, and he can only
with the
dodge once,
multi-whistle,
right?
But he has a regular success.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's why ranged is so fucking broken in this.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all right. Holy shit, you guys. He missed the second one and he has a really amazing skill. He's got a 95
God.
with his bow and I rolled a 97.
Oh, thank God.
Whoa,
Damn.
get fucked.
Or Lance
God.
smiles
Is
upon
that a
us.
fumble? No, 98 or 99 is a fumble. So, wow. God, the Red Moon dice love you guys. Okay. So,
Well, thank goodness.
yeah, really. So you leap in, you jump, you do like one Hulk jump, and you're like, oh, there's the fuckers on top of the hill. You do a second Hulk jump, and you're gonna land on him. And before you land on him, he lets loose his arrow. As soon as you let loose, you see this like thing tattooed on his forearm glow a little bit. Stole that from you, Bryn. And
Wait, that's me.
Yeah.
Fuck
Stole
you.
my tattoo.
that's
That's
the
real.
gun. And 2 arrows like launch out at the royal. The royal manages to jump out of the other one, and the other one just whiffs past his like little deer nose and miss. And at that, you're going to land on this guy, and I'll give you an attack on him. He is a really kind of a small guy, very skinny. He's got really long arms and legs with like that kind of like muscular, but like not big muscular, like really like
wiry,
wiry muscles. He's wearing, what the fuck is he wearing? Just like leathers. Hunter's clothes, as a matter of fact. And you're like, oh, wow. Some of his tattoos, you can see, like, he's a Colomar by his tattoos, but he's also got very similar tattoos to Des. Beast and air runes.
So he doesn't look like can I assume he's a lunar convert? Because
he does not have any
does not have
on
anything.
him.
Okay.
Nope.
He could just be
just be some guy who's like, I bet that deer is delicious and not even know that it's a whiter. Like,
it's pretty big.
Look at the points on that thing.
I am going to, I guess I already augmented, right, for
Airborne.
Yeah.
I feel like Veilheart would work though, because we are the group.
Us too, yeah.
Okay, I'll augment with Veilheart.
So Chad had a question. Is it Veilheart, H-A-R-T, as in deer?
I put H-A-R-T, bro.
Yeah, it's H-A-R-T.
Super clever,
okay.
yeah.
So I stand corrected, everyone, because everyone was like, I thought it was H-E-A-R-T. And everyone was
H-A-R-T.
Like, no, heart
like
would be so much cooler. So there you go. I was wrong.
Yeah.
That happens like once a century.
Erase
That's
that
why I suggested that when I was like, and we can
sheet.
spell it like heart, like the deer. And it felt clever.
Which I did not get, which gives me a minus, right?
So what happened? I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna reroll. I'm gonna use my reroll. Thank you, Sunday Me.
But yes, if you fail your augment,
Yeah,
it's a
you
minus.
do. Yeah, you get a minus.
Wow. Okay. Well, I failed even more. So
Damn.
Bryn is just meant to not hit. What do I get? A minus?
20?
So you failed the roll.
Yes.
What is it? A passion or a rune?
It is a passion.
Minus 10 on rolls.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Dude.
That's not too bad.
I'm gonna say what you see the tattoos that are similar to Des's, and you're like, this guy's. You arrive at the conclusion that this guy's an O'Dale guy, just like Des, and that makes you like throws you into a little bit of a confusion, and your confusion gives you a penalty to the attack.
Throws off your OODA loop.
Correct.
Wow. Well, I miss.
He sees you coming and he rolls to dodge. He failed his dodge too, but you missed, so it doesn't matter. I missed,
yeah, so it doesn't matter.
He manages to just roll out of the way. Rin in the back. You hear a growl and some pattering coming at you.
Is there a bear?
No, there's a cat though, a shadow cat.
Oh, okay. That's better than a bear, at least.
He squares up. He squares up with you, Bryn, and he's gonna leap and get a claw at you. What are you gonna do? I'm sorry, this isn't Bryn. This is Rue. This is the back where you smelled the salad.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I was like,
oh shit! What?
A cat is attacking you.
Oh my god, no! Well, I don't have a weapon out yet.
You can just dodge the cat.
Oh, yeah. Okay, melee. Yep, dodge. Get out of the way.
He's going to try to go after you. Ooh. He gets a regular success.
Special success.
Nice.
Dodge is good.
Like, yeet. You just duck this cat who like leaps over you and lands and kind of like circles around. Now we'll get into everybody being able to do something. Des, Kymrese, Orisa sees this too. Nightclaw like cat just kind of like leaped at Rue. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Bryn, you're on top of the hill with this guy. He was on the ground. He kind of rolls to his feet. He's kind of like kind of gets in front of you and he's kind of like squaring up with you a little bit. But what are you guys going to do?
Syl is going to engage with the cat, and I am going to attempt to disengage with the cat and run toward the guy on the hill. And Bryn.
Okay.
Can I shoot the guy on the hill from where I am, or does he have cover from the hill?
I would say if to shoot from where you are right now, he has cover. I would say I'm picturing like there's like a cliff face that he's on top of. If you kind of run, but it's not a sheer cliff. It's one of those like things where, like, you know how sometimes there's a cliff face and then there's like a little bit of a slope to the side.
Yeah.
If you run up the slope a little bit, you'd have a shot at him.
Okay. I'm gonna run toward him with the intention of getting close enough to start shooting him.
Kymries, Des, what are you doing?
Give me just a quick sec here. I'm looking up something.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to say this, Bryn. He rolls to his feet and he had a bow. He drops it and he's looking at you and he sees you like all armored up with your weapon. And he's just like, please, I am only sent after the stag. I do not wish to harm any of you.
He's sent after the stag?
Step on him and demand, by who?
He has his hands up?
Yeah.
Shit.
He is not a lunar.
Yeah. He's
Now that you get a better look at this guy, he is Kolimar. You even recognize his clan tattoo. He's from the Ormonth clan.
Ormonth. What do I know about Ormonth?
Damn you.
I mean, that's okay. You don't need to tell me.
Damn you.
You know some stuff that I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
right
that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm probably just going to talk to him then. So
Sure.
I don't know when that happens, but.
Yeah, you can talk to him right now. Go
Okay.
for it.
I was like, I don't know how that happens, strike rank wise, or
Talking can just be done whenever.
who sent you?
I was hired by Kanghar to hunt the whiter. I don't wish to harm anyone though. I was only told to kill the deer. But please, you must listen to me. There are others coming. They have no such compunctions.
How many others?
6 Thanes.
Why are you giving them up? Are
I'm
Thanes
not giving them up. I just wish not to see my tribesmen die in useless battle.
Are Thanes different than Kolimar? Is that
Thanes are just like
they're-
weapon Thanes. They're
Oh.
They're like wands
Yeah.
and they're skilled.
gotcha? Can you dissuade them from coming this way?
I cannot dissuade the Blackmoor's men. I snuck away from them earlier, hoping to just kill the stag and be done with this.
Where will you go now?
Why would you not? You should just let me kill the stag.
He doesn't know it's a whiter.
The stag is important to me.
Why?
They all are. That's none of your business, really.
Wait, how do you know which one to kill? Oh, I guess the other one's an elk. A hunter would know that.
Mhm.
Yeah, and also our whiter has like glowing antlers over here. Like he's huge and has glowing antlers.
You don't know that? I mean, listen, Glorantha is a weird place. There are talking pigs. There are little tapir people who enslave humans. There are ducks. And deer with glowing antlers doesn't necessarily mean it's a whiter. He might not know that.
Fairly
I will
normal.
be fair. Yeah.
The stag is ours. You cannot have it. You have failed. Leave. Don't alert your men. And maybe we won't find you.
Ooh, that sounds like an intimidation roll here. Hold on.
Ah, shit.
That
Yup.
sounds like an intimidation. Yeah,
Bryn's
it's an
intimidation.
Sounds like Bryn's gonna get shot in the face with a hammer.
Bryn, intimidate. I will say that down below, there's a wolf squaring up with his cat that he sees, and he's like, "Wait!" And he says something. You recognize beach speech, Bryn. He tells the cat to like stand down, and
Man, I really
you're
gotta
running
learn
up the
that.
hill like pointing an arrow at this dude. So I will give you, because of the situation, plus 15 to your intimidate, Bryn.
Okay. Okay. Now what do I augment with? Because I need more. Where's
You already
intimidate?
used
I
your
just
air
had
rune,
it.
huh?
Yeah, I don't know if that's an air thing anyways.
I
but
mean, air is
I did
aggression,
already.
so intimidation is aggressive, but
I did already use my air rune. Disorder? No. That's low anyways. Death? No. Illusion? I am lying a little bit. Sort
Are
of.
you?
Actually, not really. You're right. If he killed our whiter, I mean, if he killed our whiter, I'd probably hunt him down. If he tells, like, his other people. I don't have the time or effort to hunt him down. I'll just
What did you say again?
Maybe your man rune, honestly.
My man rune?
Just people interaction with people.
I'm going to augment with love family. Or does family count as like my family? That probably...
Because we're Veilheart.
Yeah, because we're Veilheart.
This is your family, yeah.
That seems like too much of a double dip, though. I'll do... I don't know.
Cue Bryn intimidating desert rain frog noises.
I'm gonna what can hold on. Oh.
Gotta dig deep for this.
I know. I'm gonna do loyalty Vinga. That's what I'll do. Does that make sense?
So I would say intimidation is a Vingan thing, so you can draw inspiration from stories from Vinga. So yes.
Vinga being a badass, yeah.
That's what I will do. 47. So I did get it.
Plus 20 to your roll. So you have, what is your intimidation?
Now with everything in total, it is at 50.
Heck yeah, go for it.
I got a 49. So that is a regular success.
Still a success.
All right. He's like, all right, so what did you say to him?
I don't even remember. I
just say something hard to him. Come on.
She said something along the lines of like, if you go now and like
don't alert
your people that you found us,
or we'll find you.
And maybe we won't hunt you down, sort of thing.
Maybe we won't find you. Yeah.
Okay. He kind of like looks you dead in the eye for a minute and stares you down and like smiles just a little bit. And he goes, very well. Very well.
What does that mean? He smiles just a little bit.
Like a little smirk of like respect, basically.
Okay.
But it's a little condescending because you smole.
No, it was.
I was like,
he smiles down at you.
He was surprised that so little of a person like intimidated him, basically. And he goes, very well, Blackpaw. And the cat just kind of like stops. He picks up his bow and he goes, I would have your name, Vingan, in case we meet again.
Crap, do I have to do my full name? Bryn Skyborn, granddaughter of Annalie the Heartbroken, rider on the wind, daughter of the revolution.
Rebellion.
Damn it, rebellion.
Very well.
I was close. Last word.
I am Dindros the Hunter of the Ormonth. Perhaps we shall meet each other again. And he just kind of hops down the hill.
Thank you for your warning. Do you know where your people are coming from?
You begin to hear horses in the distance. And he goes, I would say that they are they. Those are they. Those are the Blackmoor's men. They are not as reasonable as I. I merely hunt for glory and pay. They hunt at the Blackmoor's bidding.
And I hope you live too.
You can give me, if you want, just give me like a general roll. Any of you?
Roll?
Just give me a roll and tell me what you roll. So I'm going to see if you've heard of his reputation because he has a rep.
24.
81.
51. All right, Des.
Of all the things to have like a super good roll on.
He's never heard of this guy, Des. Des is the actual hunter, and he's going to fail this roll. Okay, you've all heard of this guy. He is the best hunter of the Colomar clan.
That's what I figured.
Stories are told about how great Dindros the Hunter is.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, he was recruited by...
Yeah.
I was like, there's got to be a reason.
Like, if it's alive, Dindros has hunted it. You hear all sorts of stories about Dindros hunting dinosaurs and freaking everything. Yeah.
Well, shit.
Wow, that makes me feel... My sister and I got close.
Now
Maybe
I also want to know...
We'll be closer.
I want to know what he's paying them to. There's not enough time. All right. I'm going to...
You hear some horses coming.
Yeah, we need to
I'm going to whistle and signal. We should run.
Right.
Can we outrun them? They're on horses. We can't outrun them.
You hear some horses coming. That's all I'm telling you. We're going to go into a chase now.
We should signal and run.
Boop, 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 boop. Chases.
I almost want to ride on the Royal if that's possible, if he'd let me. So I can protect him if they catch up.
He would.
Orissa's riding on Ort while we were going here.
Sure.
She's sickly.
Overall, you guys are mostly on foot.
Yeah.
So you're going to count as on foot with a movement of 8. They are on horses with a movement of 12. However, they can't see you. You can't see them right now. You just need to know you need to hustle basically towards the southwest. So we could also
hide.
You could also hide.
They're like master hunters.
You can all. Well, these guys
these
are
are weapon thanes.
These
are
just
the warriors.
These are just warriors.
Oh, okay. That's a little bit better.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're each going to make a general dex roll for all of you. So who has the best dex? We'll be nice
Trying
about
to
this.
decide if I should use wolf running or not. Is it worth it?
Who has the best dex? What is your dex?
Oh, my dex is 16.
16. All right. You probably have the highest. So let's just make a general dex check. Dex times 5.
Dex times 5.
And I'll give them.
I'm going to re-roll on that. That was a 97.
Okay. They fail.
That is a 52. It's a regular success.
Okay.
I think. Yes.
All right. So you hear them in the distance. You begin running. You guys, even though they're on horses, you guys have the benefit of the fact that they can't see you. So you manage to kind of duck through some
use the terrain, go down a ditch here, go over under a ridge here.
To your advantage to kind of put some distance between you. You pull away a little bit from them, but you can still hear them. And you hear some horns and stuff. You hear them kind of they must be spreading out because they're beginning to blow horns to each other. Give me another dex roll. You're starting to slip away, but you're not quite there.
Oh, shit.
Wow, they rolled. God, the red moon dice
shit.
love
Now I have to do math. I don't know if a 73 makes it or not. I have to actually use a calculator.
Wow, 92.
Oh, I got it.
Poor Christian.
73.
Okay.
Regular success.
This is fine. You, again, Rue, you kind of take command here using your instincts, but in the opposite of being hunted, right? And you manage to get...
This is the dream that I fucking had last night. God damn it.
Amazing.
God damn it.
So you manage to, you can tell where they are from the sounds of their hooves and the horns that they begin to blow back and forth. And you begin to weave away from them. The horns recede into the distance. And as you hear a new set of hooves coming from in front of you.
Just one?
No, a group.
Well, shit. Fuck. What were the... Never mind.
I think we're going to try to evade that as well. I'm going to try to get people to evade as well. Are we still in the territory with the KK people?
You're out of the
not the KKK people, the K people.
Let's not. No,
they're way behind you. Those are in the woods. Okay. You guys are actually out of the Auroch Hills now, getting into some lowland. You're skirting the edge of Sundome County, which is its own little theocracy that's not technically part of Sartar, but pays tribute to it. And you're near the Beast Valley, you'd think.
Oh, hooves could be good things.
They could be. You hear some horns also. These sound very different, the horns coming from in front of you.
Look at the royal. Anything familiar?
He's like, I believe it is a welcoming party.
Right.
Can I take this opportunity to cast protection on the royal?
You can. It will only last 15 minutes, but you certainly can. Yeah.
I feel like that's
just for the meeting. Do it, though. Yeah, if this is going to be good or bad, we will.
So protection is
I got protection 3, so
right,
I'll make my
dump 3 spirit points into that, gives him protection 3. That's
yep.
Good.
So I'll roll for the spell. I haven't augmented with Horrorborn Tribe yet, so I'm going to do that.
Sure.
I think Nightclaw, Syl, and I should break ahead to hail the party and see if it is indeed a welcoming party, as the beasts among us who are not being ridden by peoples. And if it's safe, we will signal the others.
So why don't we do this? So it's Nightclaw, Syl, and you.
I mean, if Nightclaw wants to come, can't make him do anything.
I was gonna ride ahead with the whiter as well, like on his back, like protection right ahead.
Oh, I think you should wait here with the rest of the group so we can slow the party and make sure that it actually is a welcoming party and is safe, then signal you forward.
Okay.
Sort of thing.
Syl's in. Des, is Nightclaw willing to go?
Yeah, I think Nightclaw would be willing to go, but then again, who can get in the mind of a cat?
He's gonna go. So you guys run. You and your four-legged friends run ahead.
We'll leave them down here at the base of whatever hill, and we'll go ahead toward the moose and be
I would say is what you did is you found almost like, I don't want to call it a box canyon, but like kind of like a little like divot in between a couple hills where you can kind of like tuck in. Where you have like some hills to your back if you want to. Good thing is you're pretty well hidden. Bad thing is if something gets in the front, you'd have to like go up the hill to get over. It's not impassable though, but it's kind of like it's defensible, but it's going to be hard to get out of if you need to get out of it. So you head out to like the mouth of it and you see coming from the southwest centaurs. Like 6 of them.
Do I know if centaurs are normal inhabitants of these beastlands?
They absolutely are.
Okay. I'll like raise my hand to like hail them and show them that, I don't have a weapon in my hands.
They ride right over. And there's one kind of leading him who is just like bare chested. He's got all sorts of like gold armbands and stuff on him, and he's carrying a bow. They all have bows and like javelins, like kind of in these weird sheaths on them. And he kind of rides right up to you and looks at you. And well, I understand we have some visitors.
Yes, I am. I'm Ruin, son of Liv, Wolf of the Vale.
Right. What are you doing here?
We're accompanying a friend who's seeking sanctuary.
They all kind of look at each other and go, right, take us to him.
How many are there here, centaurs?
6.
Forgive me, we've been hunted the entire journey here.
You hear horns in the distance.
We're still being hunted.
Sounds like you still are.
I'm just gonna make some sort of like sense motive check to see if I can get like, are these people trustworthy or not?
Check the motherfucker.
But yeah, I'm gonna vibe check them because I have to think fast here. Maybe suggesting careful. 2 people come here and 2 people. It's not gonna be good while we're being hunted. So
thus far, when we've done vibe checks, it's been insight own species.
Yeah. So
and these they
are not your own species.
They're both beast people.
Yeah. So, let me see what
all beast people aren't the same, Jess.
That's true too.
Jeez.
Insight species others. So,
it's real bad though.
You got a 0 on others.
Hells yeah.
That's a base without the modifier.
That's the base. And if you have any, so the only thing you would have unless you put points in that skill would be like whatever your perception bonus is. Yeah, your perception modifier.
I mean, my perception modifier is 5, so
you could augment it to try to get like a 25.
That's true.
Yeah, you know what? We'll try that. We'll try to augment. I'm gonna augment with I guess my Veilheart crew. I got the augment regular success.
All right, so you got 25 now.
I dropped my die. Hang on. Oh, I got 27, so I just missed it.
Aww.
Do we have any rerolls?
We have
Is it worth a reroll?
It's up to you.
I'll save the reroll. I'll let it ride. 27.
Okay. All right.
It's dodgy. I will. I don't know if these people know that I'm a wolf. Howling's probably not good. It's going to give away where we are.
You have a wolf and a cat with you.
Yeah, I know. I'll ask one of them to go back and bring the group forward so like that they get out of the box canyon type thing instead of bringing the centaurs down there.
You hear the horns like that were following you kind of like begin to come towards you. Everybody still comes back and is like Lassie down the well, like kind of like doing the Lassie Timmy's in the well routine.
Yep.
And so you guys go head out.
Yeah.
Cool. Meet the centaurs.
Yep.
We'll let Kymreese lead the way.
Okay. Who's not here?
I know.
Royal. Yeah.
I know.
Right. So, all right. So, Kymreese and the Royal and Orisa and all you guys head out. Who has the highest charisma?
That would be probably me.
Really?
17.
Hell yeah.
This is why everybody likes you, despite the fact you get so tongue-tied all the time.
Yep.
There's just something about you people find very charming and comfortable.
What's your charisma, Troy?
My charisma?
Yeah.
17.
Oh.
Wow, equal. Okay, so I'm gonna just grab Kymreese for this one because I've embarrassed Des enough.
Yep.
So
you're leading the way, Kymreese, on the Royal.
You guys come out. Kymreese leading the Royal. Kymreese, you see 6 centaurs just hanging out there waiting for you. In the distance, you hear more of the horns of the Colomar Thanes. So what appears to be the lead centaur, Kymreese, he's shirtless, armed with a bow and some javelins kind of in a sheath, but he's got all sorts of like armband jewelry and stuff like that on and earrings. He's tattooed decently well, but you don't know enough about centaur or beast people tattoos to know anything about tribe or anything. Okay. But he sees you right away and he looks over everyone and he goes, right, well, he looks at you. Hop on for a ride. Let's go.
Hop on.
Okay.
Without question.
Okay. What do you else do?
I dismount from the Royal
to get onto this guy. All right.
Wait, are the centaurs offering rides to everybody who's walking? Jesus Christ, this is so weird. Oh, God. Rue has a small but brief panic attack at how fucking weird this is, but he will do it.
Orc can probably carry 2 people, right?
Yeah.
You're very
too small.
though.
Too small people.
Orissa's normal sized.
Yeah. So I'll go on Ort with Orisa.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you. I thank them though. I say thank you.
Right.
But
Des is always
I'm riding their leader.
Des is always concerned about like his size when it comes to riding animals. Like
these are people animals.
Yes, I know. And like this makes
the swollest one and climb
this makes
on.
it
really
more.
Big. There is a really big one, like who looks like a
Centaur.
Clydesdale centaur. Yeah.
A Percheron centaur.
He's like, you with me.
Yep. Yes, exactly. That is. He's like, all right, big boy, let's go.
He's like the you version of a centaur. He's got like a huge. He's got like a bear of a centaur.
He's a bear tar.
Just the arms just in a.
I hate that he called you big boy. I hate it.
All right, big boy, you on my back.
So you all mount up one way or another, and you take off. And as you do, you hear the horns kind of getting closer for a while. But the centaurs and you guys, now that you're all mounted, you're equally fast. They know the land much better. Pretty soon they leave them in the distance behind you. You ride down into the forest and you come out, you skirt down this kind of like forested valley. You come out of it. As you do, you see this massive stone death rune. It's like a stone cross.
I like
30
that.
meters high. So that's 30 feet. That's 30 meters is like, I'm sorry, I did the
90 feet.
90 feet tall. It's 90 feet tall. There's moss and like birds' nests and stuff on it now, but it's a huge death rune. And you guys ride like right underneath.
Pay my respects to it.
You all would know this without making a customs roll. When the dragons like killed everyone and kicked them out of Dragon Pass, they set up something called the Death Line, which is just this line of death runes. That was like, if humans cross this line, you're dead.
Oh.
And it stayed that way for like 500 years. The Colomar tribe was the first tribe to come back in and re-inhabit Dragon Pass after that. Sooner or later, eventually people were like, can we go back in? And the Colomar were the first ones to go in. But this was a stone, one of the original Deathline stones that you guys just went under.
Damn.
And you ride down into Beast Valley, and it's Beast Valley. Like, you guys grew up in upland, Sartar, kind of wild. Rue, Des, you spent a lot of time in the woods. Bryn, you've been out there. Kymreese has also spent time in the woods in his own way.
Thank you, Christian.
Everything just seems more alive here. You particularly pick up on it, Kymreese, that there are more animals. The vegetation seems thicker. It's fall, so the leaves are starting to turn color. It's really beautiful, but it is a wild, wild place. You see absolutely no marking of the presence of man once you cross that death room. No roads, no trails. You see game trails, but it's not like nothing human is here.
Right. Wow.
Nothing human is here. As you're riding, the Royal's kind of trotting right next to you, Kymreese, where you're on the leader. And the leader, he introduces himself to you. Actually, he ignores you to begin. He's talking to the Royal. And he says, your presence honors us, uncle. We knew of your coming from Hakim's kin. He came in the night before and told you would come. Hakim's kin, also you would pick up, refers to a dragon.
Oh.
All animals in Glorantha are the children of Hakim and Mika. I think I'm saying Mika, right? Who were dragons. Dragons created animal life. Yes.
I did not realize they were dragons.
Yep. Yeah, Hakim is the father of beasts. He was a dragon. So he welcomes the Royal and he turns to you guys and goes, and you, children of the stag, it is fortunate company you keep. We do not usually welcome humans here, although he looks at you, Kymreese. I must say, some of them I don't mind. And he winks at you.
He winks at me?
He winks at you, Kymreese.
Oh my God.
He hitting on you?
Oh my God.
I'll probably blush a little bit.
And so you ride for a little ways, and eventually you kind of like let off the centaurs to walk. And he goes, come, you will be our guests tonight.
Oh.
For drinking and dancing or, well, whatever else. He looks at you again, Kymreese.
God damn it.
He is
Wow.
hitting on you.
Now I blush for you.
Holy
I
shit.
just kind of hold my blanket close.
Arissa kind
Look at Arissa for protection.
She's like,
I'm going to elbow Arissa.
Fuck. What did you guys do while I was gone? Well, menage a trois
didn't we do?
centaurs. Oh, fuck.
please allow me to introduce myself. I am Harjeen, son of King Ironhoof.
Okay, he's a prince. I'll hear him out.
This changes everything.
I introduced myself as Kymreese. That's all I'm going to say. Just Kymreese. Actually, I'll say shaman of the shaman of the
Powerborn.
Colliding.
yeah, the Kaladi.
Okay. He's waiting for everyone else.
Yeah. Ruin, just wolf of, Black Stag Vale. Thank you for your hospitality.
Right. Well, welcome. Come on. He leads you on. After everybody introduces himself, we don't need to go through it all.
Yeah.
But you get to he leads you to like a clearing, and in the clearing there's a stone menhir, and it's carved with like these runes and swirls. And as you get closer, you've heard some music. It's harp music and some like really, really nice singing. And as you get closer, there's a female centaur, kind of like the way horses like lay down, like they tuck their legs underneath. She's kind of laid there. She's blonde hair, very long. She's topless. She's wearing like very beautiful, like long necklaces and jewelry. And she's playing this harp and she's singing just like beautiful. It's in beast speech, so you recognize it through. And it's just a nice song about the coming of the fall. And there are a couple rabbits like dancing around as she sings. And there's a fire.
I've ever heard singing in beast speech before. It's beautiful.
There is a fire, and on that fire there's a pot, like a copper pot, and there's a minotaur like stirring it. And
we're trying not to be fucking just dumb.
I know.
You guys are
backwater Hicks, like never seen anything metropolitan at all.
And so Harjeen rolls in and goes, Kalaya, Burrell, we have guests tonight. And she's like, oh, welcome. She gets up. Let us offer them our best.
I intentionally am looking at somebody else right now.
Thank you for your hospitality. We're happy to stay here.
We have stew and we have meat and we have bread with honey and whatever anybody else needs.
Bread with honey. Oh no.
Yeah.
Not honey rolls. Not honey
She
rolls.
says we have honey
Honey
rolls.
Honey cakes.
Those are honey cakes.
Slaps
Those
the
are
honey
honey
cakes
cakes.
down. They're made of children.
Just permanent.
We have
And
trauma
so
with
that
honey
Trauma with
cakes.
honey.
That night you feast
Tired.
Wow.
and you have some really good vegetable stew. And some really strong meat if you want to drink it, and some really good honey on that bread. Like really, their bread is almost like naan.
Honey,
It's kind of like
Descar's just like he's just sticky everywhere. He's just like poo bearing it right out of the pot.
Don't bother. Yeah, Descar just wakes up. Descar's wearing nothing but a shirt in the morning with like a honey jar stuck on his face.
Covered in cream.
If Ezrala could see you now.
Hasn't been stung once.
And Kalaya sings through the evening around the campfire. There's dancing, there's revelry. Other animals join. There's some deer come out. Fox women who are just like anthropomorphic foxes.
I
come
need
out
to
and
talk to them about the
dance
sharpest teeth.
with you.
It was a fox that tricked Telmore.
Okay.
I need to talk to them.
In general, it is an evening of merriment and happiness. But Rue, if you want to talk to a fox lady, you may.
Yes.
I would also, while you're doing this, Rue, I would also like to take the opportunity to use one of my shaman powers, the small things. I feel like this is too lively and vibrant of a place not to use that. To just try to amplify the kind of the mood of the place. Sure. And to just feel the spirits all around us kind of more.
And this is thick with spirits, Kyries. Like it's a soup of like a pea soup of spirits.
I love it.
This is a very, very sacred place.
I'm just there like vibrating.
You're just like, yeah. And you, I would say that you, throughout the evening, you talk a little bit with, like Harjeen flirts with you, but he's not like, you can't tell if he's kind of like, I'm just kidding, unless you're not. But if you're not, I'm just kidding.
I'm like, no, maybe.
Christian, that was excellent.
Yeah. But he tells you that basically they believe that Arachne Solara blesses everyone that lives in the Beast Valley. The Beast Valley has the biggest temple to her in Glorantha. And so this place is very, very sacred to her and to the Beast people. And King Ironhoof keeps everybody safe. Yeah.
I'm just very grateful for his hospitality. So
he's happy to give it. And so, all right, Rue, how do you corner and pump a fox woman for advice?
First off, I do not corner them. I assume they would not enjoy that. I will. Man, I'm so bad at approaching and talking to people in general. Okay. Gonna be dancing and mingling and stuff. I'm gonna try to make eye contact first and like smile and be like, "Sup?"
Okay.
And then if they seem to not want to leave, I will walk over to them and be like, "Hi."
It's kind of like her tail's kind of like swifting behind her, and yes, kind of like bats fox eyes at you.
Thinking of that Bryn foxtail thing going on. Okay. Focus.
Wow.
Hi. I'm Rue.
Hello.
So I've only ever been around Telmori. And we have a legend about Fox who tricked Telmore into using the sharpest teeth to kill the sun. And I was wondering if your people have a version of that story and if you would share it with me.
Wow, he went straight to it. No small talk, no pleasantry.
I'm trying to think if that's like a little insulting, honestly. Well, Fox showed the wolf where to find the teeth. Everybody says he tricked them because everybody says Fox tricks everybody. But that's not true. Because you know what's true, Rue, wolf person?
I'm learning every day.
You can't trick an honest man. Think about that.
Does that mean Telmore is dishonest or that he wasn't tricked?
It means that this whole curse thing isn't entirely Fox's fault.
I didn't think it was.
I can only show you where the thing is. It's up to you what you pick up and do with it. Do you think Fox wanted the Sun Eden? Is that what you think?
I love her.
And her ears like,
I love her.
I'm so happy that every time I'm an animal, Jess is like just so happy.
Not every time, but this is a good one.
Yeah.
The rabbit was great.
Looking for them.
The teeth. Well, our people have a legend that they were buried deep and dark in the land of death. But they are death themselves.
I don't know that. Do I know anything about the land of death? Is that like a common knowledge thing, or is this another allegory I'm going to have to pick apart?
It's an allegory you're going to have to pick apart.
Fantastic. Buried in the land of death.
I mean, it's like, listen, it's, people die, they cross the river and they go to the courts of judgment, and then they're eventually like go to where they go in the afterlife. So like everybody kind of basically knows that, but death itself was in the underworld.
Maybe our fellow conqueror of death here could help you with something.
Yeah.
Do you know who buried them in the tales? Was it Fox or Wolf or someone else?
They existed and were found because they lived down there.
They returned on their own.
All things do, and then come back in the world again. There is nothing new. Everything just repeats itself.
Oh, shit. As I go barking up the wrong legend. Thank you.
I wish I could tell you more, but I suspect it'll be a long and hard journey for you to find what you are looking for.
I tend to be in agreement.
I will say this. Sometimes those who don't look like they know where they're going are the best guides.
I mean, you're the person we follow around because you do know where you're going.
Do we?
No, that was I'm talking to Troy. I'm like, Troy, he's like, it's me, and I'm like, you're the one we always follow because we think you do know.
We think he knows where he's going.
I know where I'm going.
He does, but he doesn't know.
I just lick rocks.
When intention and ego are out of the way, it leaves room for fate to guide.
Her tail wags a lot more at that. She seems happy. And she goes, I like that. Drink some mead. And she pours you some and hands it to you.
Yeah, we'll drink this mead.
It's really good.
All of the food here is amazing.
It's really good. Now, come on. You talk of death. It's boring. Let's dance.
Okay, I will dance. I'm not great at it.
No, but it's fun.
But the mead makes me better.
Right. Makes you think you're better.
Yeah.
Full circle, Christian.
Yeah. So the evening goes by, and it is a very good evening. Interestingly enough, you all get a good night's sleep. Rue, finally. And no bad dreams this night.
Die for 6 hours.
No bad dreams. And when you wake up in the morning, even if you drank maybe a little too much mead, it doesn't seem to bother you.
Wow. It's just also weird to feel safe for the first time in a really long time.
And you did. You felt very safe at this place. Like nothing. It almost feels like all the worries of like your human world just don't want to touch this place.
So many worries or people things. God damn.
No.
This is why people turn into bears and walk into the woods.
Just never come back. And in the morning, as everyone kind of packs up camp, the royal comes up to you guys. Kind of, each of you kind of nuzzles your forehead. Even Bryn and Nightclaw, Syl and Nightclaw and Ort, every single
Good
one of
buds.
them.
Ort gives a sad honk.
Honk,
Oh.
honk, honk.
And he says, I cannot see where the road leads away from here for you. It saddens me. I cannot walk it with you, but our one went into exile before, and they survived as mercenaries. I believe this might happen again. I have to believe it would happen again. This is not an end. It's only another beginning. So I say to you, farewell on your journey. If you need me, I'll be here. And when the time comes to go home, we'll all go home together as a family.
Till we meet again.
Till we meet again. Harjeen.
Thinking about what the fox lady said. There is nothing new. Everything repeats.
That's actually a major clue for Golorantha in general, not just what you're looking for. But Harjeen and the Centaurs escort you back a little past the death room. And he says, well, you should know pay back from here. It was good to meet all of you. Perhaps we shall meet again one day.
I think we will.
I think I'd like to give... Wow, I have so few things that I possess, and they are all so valuable
She's
to
like,
me.
I'm so poor.
You need to
You
pick
have,
up more
knickknacks
things.
and things you've crafted.
Yeah, you could say
Or
that you
whittle or
picked up
something.
things.
Oh, maybe the blanket. Dude, can
Oh,
Arissa and
yes.
I give him that blanket?
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'll say
That's
this was
awesome.
the last thing that I made in the presence of the royal, and he is the lifeblood of our people. Please protect him and keep him safe. And I give this to you as a token of our gratitude in advance.
He kind of takes it and he looks at it and he looks at you. And you can tell he's really touched. And he kind of like folds it and puts it in his saddlebag, I guess.
He just throws it over his back.
And we shall keep him very safe, Chimeres. Have no fear of that. Keep yourselves safe as well. I think now I would very much like to see you all again.
The feeling is mutual.
Good luck on your journeys. May Arachne Solara bless you.
I would say, we passed the death rune. Never mind.
Okay. So if there's nothing else, you turn and now you're going northeast to get back to where you were. It's up through a wooded valley into the Auroch Hills. As you get into the
Or
hills,
Lance bring you gentle rains and fair winds.
that's a good one.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a good one.
I'm like, there's gonna be something I can say in return that is equivalent. There we go.
And you manage to get through the Auroch Hills. No trouble. Camp at the edge of the forest. No Katori bother you that night. The next day, as you're traveling deeper into the forest, you're kind of getting up into the hills. You see down in the lowlands, you see some horsemen riding around as if they're looking for something, but they're very far off in the distance. So you stay very far away from them, and you make it back to your camp.
He's really gone.
With no royal. And you find the mood very downcast when you get there.
No, man.
Afar watches you ride in, and she goes, she's like actually like kind of starting to sniffle a little bit. She goes, so that's it then? No home, no wider. We just have nothing. Harvar just like takes her huge arms up to his chest. And Orissa, if Sarah was here, I would tell her, feels the orb thrum again. And there's that flash of rainbow light And the dragon hasn't grown this time. It's just as big as the last time you saw it. Bigger than it was, you think, back in the Vale, but twisted in that figure 8 in the air above all of you guys. And looks down on you all as it goes and kind of pauses. As it goes, it makes eye contact with everybody here as it gives this speech. And it says, long ago, far away in the east, beyond the wastes and the tribes of the steppes, a young man was born into wealth and privilege. His father a nobleman. He was raised as a prince. There was nothing that was not his. He wore the finest silks, was educated by the best sages. Servants he had, horses he had. He needed to just want something, and it was his. But fate is fickle, and his father was an ambitious man, and ambition poisons the soul. He conspired against the emperor, and for it, he was executed. The young man was not killed, but everything he had was stripped away from him, and he was exiled with the rest of his family. No more servants, no more silks. They wore rough clothes and begged for roots in the forest to survive. God bless you, Amber. The young man, he wailed, he cursed his fate. He wished he'd be put to the sword with his father. He cried because he had nothing, no name, no status, no land. But his grandmother told him he was fortunate. She told him there were not many as lucky as he. I ask you now, what did she mean by this? Why was she lucky?
Because they had one another.
Indeed.
Amber, we
You're
can't
muted,
hear you.
Amber.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, we
now
can
you're
hear you
good.
now. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know what happened, but you're good now.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can
you're
hear you.
That was weird. I was like, my mute button's not on. Okay.
Yeah.
By losing all of his material possessions and earthly trappings, he had everything that was closer to the truth. No distractions between awareness and
Good.
self.
Good. What else?
I mean, he still has his life. He still has possibility.
Right.
Nowhere to go but up.
You see, that is it. You see, when you are nothing, you can become anything. All of you all, kind of like, when he says that. Gain 1% in your draconic consciousness skill.
Huh.
Death and Chimerice, that's the same thing that was for you, Illumination.
Oh. So there's this high.
So we add 1 point to our illumination.
Change it to draconic consciousness, and yes.
Oh, so there's this higher than
Ours is way fucking higher than yours. Sorry, boys.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. No, it's good to be a boy. Apparently,
I didn't want to look under all the masks of my gods, okay?
I didn't even get a chance to.
Illumination.
She's like, because I have a vagina. What is this bullshit?
The best line ever Amber had was is like the girls have to the boys get to go on a cool camping trip for the initiation ceremony and the women have to experience men. That was a-
Yes, women have to endure men.
That is an accurate description.
So you all kind of like, huh. And he continues to speak. And he says, I have told the Queen of Keldon I would watch and decide what part to play in your conflict. I have watched. I have decided. I shall take your side. I, too, am broken. I, too, seek what I have lost. Together, we will take back what was stolen from us. We are nothing, but together, we can become something. Something new.
Time Reese yells out like a loud, like, huzzah.
He's doing like, yeah, and then everybody starts clapping.
Yeah, I go.
You're starting it. You're like, yeah.
Beating on Descara's chest.
Yeah.
Nice. Just pounding the staff on the ground.
Lonson stands up and she has the Gornagar's torque, and she's just kind of holding it. She hasn't really taken it out much, and she just goes, "He would have wanted this." And Navenna chimes in, and she says, "With Kalir's seal, we're legitimate. We'll fight for the true Prince of Sartar. We're our company."
The company of the dragon.
Hey. Do you say that, Rue? Please do. Make my life easy.
He'll say it.
Thank
the
you.
company of the dragon.
Everybody takes that up and is like, "Hmm."
That's what we are now. Woo, it's something new.
And there's a renewed spirit of hope in the camp after that. And in the coming days, there's a vision of something, a path forward. And Havar's busy. He's painting shields. And the tattoo artists are busy tattooing a new mark on all of you. And that tattoo is a dragon in a figure 8. It's the mark of the company of the dragon.
It's like altered carbon.
Shit.
And if some time passes, you stay where you are. It's safe to camp here. But one night around the fire, someone comes to you. It's a face you knew. It's someone who shared your hardships these past seasons. But he's been away for a while on a mission of his own, but now he returns.
Is it Ven?
No. Sorry.
No, he hasn't shared our hard seasons. He's been gone.
Ben's in a palace in Pavis right now.
Sucking off the golden titty he is.
Yeah. No, it is Ordrin, son of Morin, who I know there's a billion names, but he was the Sumbari O'Dalen tracker, the guy you spared when you killed the first Lunars at the Battle by Gothring's Well.
Oh shit!
Wait, the one who was like the slave.
The guy was a slave, and you freed him. Yep. He walks right up to you guys with purpose, and he goes, "If you remember, he said he had a wife and daughter.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have found my wife and daughter. They are enslaved in a lunar plantation in the Nemi Vale. It is run by scum by the name of Caius the Understanding. He supplies slaves to the Temple Project and even deals with Morakanth." He spits at that.
Fit with him.
Oh, spitting 200.
Everyone spits. I've fought and bled to save your families. Would you do the same for mine?
Same, just to see some Lunars bleed.
Okay. We know what we'll do when we pick up in 6 months.
Yeah.
We'll stop there.
Are you kidding? We do the same just to fuck some Lunars up. We're in. Hell yeah.
Everybody gains 1d3% to their rep for having a beast folk party.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It was awesome. It was the best part.
How much higher would it have been if I had an after party?
You're
Time Reese
you
who fucked Centaur.
3d6 for fucking the Centaur Prince.
Time Reese who mounted. Time Reese twice mounts Centaur.
I was like, are you going to add that to your title?
Yeah. Time Reese 2 eyes and twice mounts a Centaur.
Wow.
Did you say
Twice
1d3?
mounting.
1d3, yeah.
Okay.
The other thing I forgot we forgot to talk about was the shit you stole off of Ashigara, Rue.
Yes. I think thus far I've just been keeping the rings on like a necklace that I keep tucked into my shirt usually.
One of them is very magical. So just make sure you don't forget that.
Just the rings? You didn't keep the...
So that arm I will have brought to our shamans and possibly Morganeth and those wise in the ways of magic and rituals and been like, is this useful?
Time Reese licks it.
Oh no.
They're going to keep it because, these sorts of things can be useful.
Yeah, like I don't know
bracer?
how or why this can be useful, but I definitely got this off of her.
So she had a bunch of rings and a bracer, a silver bracer. The bracer, the silver is enchanted to make it as hard as bronze. So it's like you would have it's a fully armored bracer. Basically, it has moon runes on it and it's silver, so that's kind of not cool. But it is a good bracer for your left arm.
Can we get it reworked? Would Harvar be able to?
I will get back to you on that between now and next time. I think you'd probably be able to fiddle with it a little bit. Or maybe just let me get back to you on that one.
All right. Just stamp some stags over the moon.
Yeah. Four of the rings, 3 of the rings are just normal. One of them is a silver ring with a big black opal in it. That is a spirit. You can use it to trap a spirit.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that was the thing that she called the spirit from.
Yeah,
right?
she called the darkness spirit out of that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That spirit itself is gone. But if you wanted to defeat another spirit in spirit magic, you could suck it into the ring, and then you
hell yeah, baby! My finger fits perfect.
We should.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to organize my character before.
Yeah, but just let's make sure we don't forget that stuff in the meantime, because that's stuff that
could be important.
Have to. Right. I mean, that's the spirit one's a big thing that's useful for you guys. And that is that's been 6 seasons in Sartar, guys.
Oh shit, that's a great idea.
Been a year. It's been
just
a year,
add the wolf in profile, going to swallow each of the moon runes.
Oh shit, that'd be metal as fuck. He can totally do that. If you want to do that and you want to wear
Instead of reworking it, just engrave that onto there.
He can absolutely 100% do that. As a matter of fact, yes, he will do that. You can put that on your character sheet. It'll be 5 points of armor on your left arm if you wore it there.
Holy shit.
Holy
fuck. I think it's 5. Let me double check that. Hold on. Armor is in here. Hold on. Let me just double check. Yeah, bronze armor is really good.
I assume that does not stack with the protection I already have on it. Does it replace it or
the protection spell, you mean?
No, I have my armor that I am wearing right now gives me 3 armor at all locations except my head. I think
that's the leather. Those are the leather vambrances. So you would have to remove that. It with 5. It would replace it with 5, and that is a just let me find it. Vambrances, bronze. Oh no, bronze plate actually. Wow, does 6 damage. Absorbs 6 damage. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Does that mean it? Oh, never mind. Okay.
It's a shame it's the farthest thing from your right leg, though. That is the shame.
It's true.
It will. It will. We'll cut off -10 to your move quietly, though. It gives you a penalty.
Ooh. Got some jangly bits.
A little jangle.
Oof.
That puts you at a 0.
Move quietly is probably a lot higher.
Better.
Yeah,
even Dessa's move quietly is better.
25 and move quietly.
Yeah, my move quietly is.
Yeah, if you really wanted to sneak, I would say you could take it off and
Yeah, it's one piece of armor. It can't take that long to take off.
Right.
It would make mine 0.
So there you go. That's been so much fun, guys. Thank you for playing this game with me, for real.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna miss it.
I basically just
did so great, Christian. Yeah,
vomited on everyone until they agreed to play this game with me, and I'm so happy that you all enjoyed it. I really am. So,
I mean, in our first long campaign too.
Yeah, I loved it. I love RuneQuest. We will pick it up again in 6 months. Believe me, I already have ideas with stuff, but I'm also really looking forward to playing Vaesen. So
I know I'm very excited.
Thank you for the opportunity to play a werewolf finally, after been playing for so long and somehow not have been a werewolf even once.
Yeah,
it's true.
Finally got to be a werewolf. Yeah. All right. Yeah,
a pretty cool one.
Sunday Mead doesn't know what Vaesen is.
So go for it.
Oh, he's gonna love this.
Yeah, Vaesen is a game by Free League Press. It uses the Year Zero engine, which is a D6 pool-based system. It is fairly fast and flexible. It is a very narrative-focused game, so much more focus is spent on role play and investigation and problem solving than on combat. When combat does happen, can quickly turn very deadly. So it is ill-advised.
Your legs get chopped off.
Yes, that is. Yep, that can happen. That's a critical injury. Losing a limb.
More
it is on
like
there. It's on that table.
It's
depending on what you fight too.
Mystery solving type of game. So
yeah, so it is set in like kind of late 1800s, early 1900s Earth, except there is this whole realm of mythical creatures based in myth. The original Vaesen is all Nordic and mythic northern myth. We're playing in mythic Britain and Ireland, so we'll be investigating the myths of those areas with all of their folkloric creatures and whatnot. The characters are people who have had usually an encounter that was somewhat traumatizing with one of these creatures, and it has given them the sight, the ability to see them even when they wish to be unseen. And I've formed a society that investigates these creatures and their dealings and attempts to protect humanity from them. So it is a super cool game. It's very atmospheric. It is kind of dark, investigative horror fantasy. And we're based in the Rose House in London, and we'll be going out to investigate all of these potential supernatural activities in the various villages and cities of Britain and Ireland.
And it's really cool because for the most part, we're pretty much, other than the site, I feel like we're pretty much normies. Like we're normal people who are like investigating these horrors and mysteries. But that's why combat could be really dangerous, right? Because like I think in our game we came across like we nearly died to the Kraken. Yeah. And that was bad.
Just so you know, the Kraken's stats are a sentence that says the Kraken cannot be killed or harmed in any way.
Wow. That's dope.
Terrifying.
That's dope.
But as normal people too, you just like take on a lot of trauma from like nearly drowning or just seeing a Kraken.
Or
it sort of breaks your mind a little bit.
It's kind of like Esteren. Like you see a horror and you've like, yes,
right, fear and
that's next. So
traumas build up.
In 2 weeks, we will have session 0. Are we going to do session 0, Emma? Or are we just going to go in with characters?
It's like a session 0.5. So we're gonna do some of the character building in the background, but we're gonna go over our characters, answer any questions, familiarize you with the setting and talents, anybody who has not had a chance to read up, develop our connections, and then we will start playing a little bit, probably end on the inciting incident for the first mystery.
Nice. So intro characters and that sort of stuff.
Yep, like and drop the hook for the first adventure.
Sounds good. So that's coming up next. That's next 2 weeks from now. So you got a lot of DMs after dark coming because this will be up and posted on Monday to our YouTube, probably even sooner. I've been doing it on Sunday nights recently. So I don't forget. It's easier for me. I don't forget. So we'll have that on Tuesday. The next episode of Rainy Plays Games podcast drops, which I think is an Ironsworn Sundered Isles episode, I think.
Think so.
I think. And then next Friday, this will be out in podcast form. So a lot of us coming at you if you are so inclined to listen to us assholes. Does anyone else want to do the thing where we like sign off since Sarah's not here?
Nope.
They know
hey guys, I'm a poor substitution for Sarah. We're on like all the social medias and things and stuff. Sarah has a list. She'll give it to you the next time we play, I'm sure. You can like email us and stuff.
You can email us at dmsafterdark@gmail.com. We are on, like she said, all the other ones.
Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky,
because we're cool and we got invited. We're everywhere because we're really cool.
Yeah. We're trying to get set up on Threads.
Yeah, Threads is the next one we're going to do.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
While we're playing Vaesen these next few months, do keep, sharing your love of RuneQuest. Keep us partially grounded in this world because we're going to miss it so much. Ask us questions and everything, in addition to any feedback and whatnot from
Sunday Meet asked a question about a Discord server. I will say that it's coming. It's coming. Yeah.
We're slow.
Yeah.
We're slow. And lazy. And man, dude, Sunday Meet, good pointer. Right now, Chaosium is running, so I'll simp for Chaosium a little bit. There's a sale right now called New Game, New Month, New Year, New Game. And there's a lot of good stuff for sale on Drive-Thru RPG. Chaosium stuff is for sale. I believe the RuneQuest starter set
guys,
is one
I think
of the
there's an itch bundle too of Chaosium stuff right now.
Oh, there's a huge bundle of Chaosium stuff on Bundle of Holding, but it's Call of Cthulhu, but it's one of the best ones I've ever seen. It's like $25 for literally like
Or is it Humble Bundle? I don't know which one. It's one of those.
It's either a Humble Bundle or Bundle of Holding. If you go on any of Chaosium socials, you'll see it. It is like $400 worth of stuff for like $25.
All the PDFs. And it goes
it's
to
a
good
bunch.
cause.
It's everything for. It's World Wildlife Fund is the campaign. It is
nice.
It is the core rule book, the starter set. It's Humble Bundle. Thank you.
It is Humble Bundle. Yep.
It's literally like anything you would need to run and play Call of Cthulhu for a very, very long time. So that's really cool. And I do think. I'm pretty sure the RuneQuest starter set is for sale on DriveThruRPG right now. But if you buy it from Chaosium, you'll get the PDF and the discounted price of the PDF if you decide later on to buy the full print copy. So consider that because you might want a copy because it's a really nice starter set when you have
Most small presses
copy.
too. If you buy directly from the publisher, you will get a free PDF with a physical copy.
Yes, you will.
They're real cool.
Anybody who's worthwhile will do that. And I will die on that hill.
Freely, all of them.
Yes. Yeah. So that's it. Good night, everyone. Until next time, fuck the centaur. We won't judge. Good night.
Take them for a ride.